Adrian now hoping to avoid perhaps an even bigger challenge today here in Ann Arbor. Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Parson. We're here today at Cardinal Stadium, the home of Concordia University. It's an MSFA Middies League matchup. Cougars are 5-0 lifetime against Concordia, but this 2016 edition of the Cardinals, not anything like the earlier years teams, which never even scored a point against USF the first two meetings. This Cardinal team went 4-1 to begin the season, winning at St. Ambrose, then blasting Siena Heights here 41-0. And that's a team St. Francis squeezed by last Saturday. But Concordia lost in Chicago last Saturday to St. Xavier 25-21 to fall to 4-2. They are unbeaten 2-0 here at Cardinal Stadium. Meanwhile, St. Francis struggled in the second half against Siena Heights last Saturday, unable to build on a 21-10 halftime lead. In fact, the Cougars would need a Ryan Nix field goal in the final minutes to come from behind to win it 24-22. But the defense showed up when called upon, registering 3 sacks in the Saints' final possession to preserve the lead. Cougars will need that defensive pressure again here today against Concordia and more offensive consistency for 4 quarters. We're going to step out for a break, and then we'll return here to Michigan for a chat with Cougar coach Kevin Dowley, talking about the challenge presented by the Concordia University Cardinals. This is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
It's Ram Power Days at Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Right now, all new Ram Tough trucks are 20% off MSRP. Crew cabs, quad cabs, and dualies are all 20% off MSRP during Ram Power Days. Ram trucks are the longest lasting trucks on the road today, so they get the job done. Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram has the largest selection of new Ram trucks, all with amazing options, so now's the time to buy during Ram Power Days. You just won't save on trucks because you can save big on a new Jeep during the Jeep celebration. Jeeps are hot. They can tackle any terrain. They're perfect for driving around town and rough enough to get you through anything Mother Nature has to offer. Right now at Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, drive a 2016 Jeep Cherokee for 20% off MSRP. That's 20% off the new Jeep Cherokee and all new Ram trucks at Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram under the giant American flag and online at glenbrookdodge.com.
Let's back to Michigan for a second straight week. Last week in Adrian, and it took a Ryan Nix field goal in the last minutes to win that ball game, Coach. And, I want to talk to you a little bit about the defense, though. That last series for Siena Heights, very impressive with your D. 3 of the 6 sacks in that last series alone. And, boy, they really stepped up to the challenge when it counted.
Yeah, they really do, and they've been doing that pretty much all year. I mean, we gave up a couple of big plays, but we played solid. Good team defense we have all year. Siena Heights, good football team, and Nix came through at the right time. And bottom line, all that matters is that you win by 1.
That's right. And we won by 2. Look in the last couple of ball games, we've done very well in the first half. We've kind of sputtered a little bit in the second half. I'm just wondering, do you have to adjust your halftime motivational speech any?
Well, the motivational speech has very little to do with it. Beginning or at halftime. But, we're going to do some different things today that hopefully we can play 4 solid quarters of football.
Let's talk about Concordia. What scares me, I saw that they beat Siena Heights here on this field 41-0. They beat St. Ambrose at the start of the year there on the road, and here they're undefeated 2-0. Talk about what you see on film with the Cardinals.
Well, they're an outstanding option football team, which means it kind of takes you away from normal style of defense. You got to play assignment football. Our coaches, I think, have got a good plan in, but you've got to do that. You have to guard against the vertical pass. I mean, they throw the ball down the field as well defensively. They're very solid. They're leading in red zone defense. Play good football. They do a lot of things, and they do them very well. So it's going to be a real challenge for us.
I'm kind of in doubt as to who we're going to see today. They had a good running back, Joe Connor. We haven't seen him the last game or 2. Seth Sweda hasn't played. I think he's got an ankle issue, but they're a little different team when they get those 2 guys available.
Well, I'm sure they'll be back and healthy today. Yeah, those are their 2 main guys. They lost to St. X last week, but neither of those guys played. So they'll be well, ready to go.
Head coach Kevin Donnelly with his pregame thoughts as the Cougars come in 5-1 overall. They are up a spot in the NAIA National Poll to number 4 this week, 3-1 now in the Mid-East League. Kevin Donnelly in his 19th year, the only coach the football Cougars have ever known. A year ago, 11-1 and 6-0 in the Mid-East League. They were champions of the MEL. Concordia under head coach Lonnie Priest in his 4th year. They are now 4-2 overall. And really, if you look, number 26 in the national rankings, 1-0 in the Mid-East League. So this is an important matchup for the Cardinals here today at home, where they are 2-0. A year ago, they were 5-6, 2-4 in the Mid-East League. They lost 4 of their 5 final games after starting the year at 3-1. Other games elsewhere in the MSFA today. We'll take a look. Number 1, Marion. They are home to Lindenwood Belleville. Taylor, they're home as well. They take on Siena Heights. Missouri Baptist goes to Olivet Nazarene. And, of course, the Cougars finally come home next Saturday. They'll be at Darcy Stadium with a 12 noon affair. And on Saturday, October the 22nd, the opponent will be the Robert Morris University Eagles at Darcy Stadium. Again, our pregame show next Saturday begins at 11:45. Cardinals, after today, they stay home next Saturday against Taylor. Comes to Ann Arbor, Michigan. And as far as the Cougars, as we mentioned, they're back home against Robert Morris. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back with more of our pregame presentation. We'll set the stage with the pregame toss coming up, coin toss, and we'll find out who's doing what when we return to Michigan. This is Cougar Football on the road on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Make a difference in your life and others by joining. Every great team has focus and talent, and at Parkview Sports Medicine, our focus is on you. From performance training and nutrition counseling to orthopedic surgery, athletic rehab, and more, Parkview Sports Medicine's got you covered. You can trust us to bring together today's top experts in sports medicine to improve the performance and treatment of athletes like you. Go to parkview.com/sportsmedicine to learn how we can help you and the athletes in your life be your best. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game.
Hey, it's Kyle from the Kyle Hyman Show, heard weekdays from 6 to 8 a.m. on Redeemer Radio. On our show, being Catholic's fun. Every morning, we meet you where you are, getting out of bed, drinking your coffee, or on your way to work. Through prayer, interviews, and personal stories, we bring you Catholicism with joy and fun to start your day. So don't miss the Kyle Hyman Show, weekdays from 6 to 8 a.m. right here on Redeemer Radio.
Okay, checking in here. Let's have a little problem with one of our pieces of equipment. 66 degrees, the weatherman says here, under partly cloudy skies, but it looks like it's trying to clear up quite a bit. Winds out of the south at about 10 miles an hour, and we will get into about the low 70 mark before this game does end. Well, checking the Cardinals last week, they battled in Chicago against St. Xavier, and it was a seesaw contest with either team leading by no more than 7 points. 15-14 SXU at halftime, but Herman Mason's 8-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter gave the Cardinals a 21-18 lead, but SXU Cougars got a deciding touchdown run in the final 3 minutes to win at 25-21. Balanced attack by Concordia. They had 240 yards passing, 206 rushing, and all 3 Cardinal touchdowns came on the ground. 3 rushers included 5'9" senior Kyle Oakley with 1 touchdown scored. He had 50 yards on the day, or in fact, all 3 had 50 yards or more, their running backs. 6'1" quarterback Tyler Thaler threw for 240 yards. He had no touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked twice. Wide receiver Roderick Daly, 5 catches, 66 yards. And Herman Mason led him with 4 catches and 85 yards. Let's stop again. We'll step out, get ready for the coin toss. We'll be back with more. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Hey, sports fans, listen to who just scored again. John Sullivan with RE/MAX. Buying a home or selling yours? You need the best coach around. Score with John Sullivan at RE/MAX. Score with John. Call RE/MAX and ask for John Sullivan to coach you in buying a home or selling yours. Sports fans, it's time to score with John Sullivan at RE/MAX.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Let us pray. As we gather in your name, O Lord, there are so many things for which we are grateful, for you have created us in your image and likeness, and you have filled us with gifts and talents and abilities. We thank you for the gifts that you have bestowed upon these athletes, their coaches, their parents, and their supporters. We ask you to bless this contest in which we show forth the beauty of creation by using our talents wisely. Help us always to use them for your greater honor and glory in a spirit of fairness and competition, so that this game may truly be a way of bringing to the world an awareness of you who are Lord forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Strap in and turn up the radio for hard-hitting, high-scoring USF Cougar football. Coach Kevin Donnelly joins Joe Parson and the Redeemer Radio sports team for one of the great traditions in Fort Wayne sports as we count down to the kickoff on Redeemer Radio.
The Cardinals are passing right spot. The starting quarterback, Tyler Taylor.
Okay, we've had a little problem with a power outage in one area. We've done a little adjusting here at Cardinal Stadium, and hopefully that will see us through with what we need. Referee today is Dave Van Serksum as we wait for the Cougar co-captains to come out on the field, and they're making their approach right now, so we should be getting this one underway very quickly. Nice day, as we mentioned. Winds out of the south about 10 miles an hour, 66 degrees, maybe reaching about 70, the low 70s today. Cougars come in averaging 39.5 points a ball game. That's second best among all MSFA teams. Concordia at 27 points, their scoring average. As far as the defense, Cougars giving up a stingy 17.3 points a ball game, again second best among all MSFA teams. Right behind, though, the Cardinals defensively giving up 20.7. That is third best. And let's see, we've got the co-captains coming out. Bill Scott is down at midfield with our referee Dave Van Serksum. Let's pick up the introduction of the players and the coin toss coming up.
Backside eagle is the tail. There's head. St. Francis, Cougars, you get the call.
Head.
Heads is the call. Heads it is.
Who defer to the second half?
Defer. Ball. Which way you want to kick? Back to that door. Okay, Joe, there you had it. The Cougars won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. They'll be kicking with the wind kind of at their back. It's a little bit of a crosswind here, about 10 miles an hour. So ready to play ball. Back to you.
Appreciate it. Bill Scott down on the sidelines for the coin toss. Cougars won the toss, deferred, and they will get the ball to start the second half. And again, bear with us as we work through some of our issues here. Trying to got a little bit of a hum that we're suddenly faced with. So the Cougars will kick it away from right to left as we look at it. Well, sometimes you just move machines a little bit and they work with you, and sometimes they don't. Cougars sending out their kickoff team now. And we'll check it back deep. Herman Mason back in kick return. He's got 6 on the year, averaging 19 yards a kick return. He had along a 34 last week against St. Xavier in Chicago. Bryant Hudson, the other kick returner, won last week for 13 yards. So just about ready to get this one underway. Cougars kicking away from right to left. Ryan Nix gets ready to put the foot in the ball, and then the ball fell off the tee. So they'll have to reset that, and will be delayed here momentarily. Nix will have the wind actually behind him, going from right to left. So Mason back. He waits at the 5. And Brian Hudson to his right as we look at things. Here we go. Nix ready to kick the ball away. Hits it high, end over end. And this will be Hudson as at the 7. He works to the 10, 15, cuts to the left side. He's got running room as he brought it out across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. So that is where Concordia will have the first possession of the ball game. 1st and 10, early moments of the ball game. Offensive line for the Cardinals averaged 294 a man tackle to tackle. Center Cody Brassey-Brimley, along with Edward Mearhigh, along with Norman Sear, the guards. Jericho Jones and Nathan Gifford are the offensive tackles. And the quarterback, we're expecting to see Tyler Failer come in. He's a 6'1 junior. He's thrown for 326 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, completing 58% of his passes. Joe Connor, who's missed a couple of games with some injuries, he's back in there at running back. They'll give the ball to him on a sweep coming to the right side, and they've got some running room. Wilmer Cole's got a hold of him, but out of bounds across the 30 up to about the 33. That'll be a gain of 6 yards, maybe close to 7. So Connor, 6-foot sophomore, 205 pounds. He's the number 5 running back in the Mid-States Football Association. Comes in with 424 yards on 66 carries. And remember, he's missed the last couple of ball games. It'll be 2nd down and 3 after a gain of 7. Baylor, the quarterback, looks high, snap, and gives it off to Connor looking for running room and runs into a wall. Got up to about the 33-yard line. He's got to get out to the 36. So call that no gain. It'll be 3rd down and still about 3 for the Cardinals on their first possession of the ball game. They're going to give them a good spot of that ball just up right short of the 34-yard line. So 3rd down and a long 2. Again, the Cardinals do not huddle up. Everybody stands at the line of scrimmage, waiting for the play to be wagged in near side. Stewart and Holman are the 2 deep in the cover 2 defense for St. Francis in the early going. And 3rd down and short, option run left side. No, they did give it off, and they'll have the 1st down. So that was a little dive play on a counter run. They've got a 1st down, and they'll move the chains, and the Cardinal crowd below us enjoy that. Seating on just one side here on the home side, so the Cougar fans, they've got to find a place here amongst the home-standing fans of Cardinal University, Concordia University. 1 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. They've got a wing back off to the right side. Now some motion now as they'll give it off. And here's a pitch, comes to the right side, and they've got some running room. Across the 40, that's Roderick Daly. Had 4 carries for 35 yards, scored a touchdown last week. And the Cougars having problems in the early going, getting containment to the outside. They're all the way up across the 45 to the Cardinal 47-yard line now. Impressive drive in the making for the Cardinals. We have 13 minutes and change. First possession of the ball game for Concordia. Daly now comes wide to the right, up in the slot to the right side. Pistol lineman, he's back in motion, and they'll give it to Connor straight up the middle. This time he runs into a wall. It was 2nd and 1. They will not get the 1st down. They'll bring it, maybe lost about a half a yard. See where they're going to spot that ball. Officials going to put it back near the 47-yard line, so 3rd down still in a long yard. Cougars trying to make a stop here in the early going. Blake Blinker in there, defensive left end. Christian Johnson at defensive tackle. Eric Hemmelgarn, who played huge down the stretch last week. Now they flip-flop those defenders. So 3rd down and 1. And here is Baylor. Option run to the right side. Pitches the ball, and again, they've got running room. Cougars are not getting the containment to the outside. And into Cougar territory go the Cardinals as they move the chains, and they'll have a 1st down at about the USF 44-yard line. So the bread and butter, Kevin Downey talked about, this is an option team, and they have enjoyed some success on the sweeps to the outside, both option type of pitches and also on sweeps. First and 10 at the USF 44-yard line. Baylor barking out the signals now. Takes the snap, pivots, rolls to his left side. And looking, throws on the run. He's got a wide open catch. Daly out of bounds inside the Cougar 25 at the 22. And nobody near Roderick Daly on a little undercover throw as they cleared out to the far side. And Concordia knocking on the door. First and 10, trying to draw first blood in this battle in the Mid-East League of the MSFA. Clock will run inside 11 and a half minutes before this snap of the ball. Now they bring Ashton Gray into the ball game. He's flanked to the right side. Gray trying to sweep to the left side and trying to turn the corner. Can't get the job done. Deshaun Lewis shut the door that time, but it will be a positive gain inside the 20. As he stepped out of bounds, it was bumped out of bounds on the far side, somewhere around the 17, it would appear. Let's see where they are going to spot that ball when they bring it back. They'll move it back closer to the outside the 19, actually. So a gain of, let's call it a couple, second down and a short 8. Daly in the slot to the left side. Bryant Hudson is split wide of him. 2 wide to the short side, 1 wide to the right. That is Herman Mason. And here is Fayler. Wants to throw the quick slant. He's got a catch made. That was a short completion, but they run down after the catch for the first down close to the 10-yard line. Yes, they'll move the chains. They'll be first and goal. So Baylor, completing 53% of his passes, disdained the long pass and threw it complete. Now here comes Joe Connor, who's run for 3 touchdowns this year back in the backfield. So let's see. Connor's now they're going to come with a 1-back look. Connor is lined up behind Tyler Fayler. Option run to the right side. Here's a pitch to Connor. Connor trying to turn the corner. Can't get the job done. This time, Spencer Coward was there. Lowered the boom. And the Cougars have got a player getting up slow. That's going to be Wilmer Cole, but looks like he's turned an ankle or something, trying to shake it off. He's up under his own power. So that's a loss of about a half a yard. They call it second down and 11 now. That time they tried to run to their right, offensive right, and better defense by the Cougars to come up and contain and shut that one down. Connor stays in as the running back. Here's the pass attempt. Fayler looking. He's got a drop ball wide open in the end zone. That was a dropped touchdown. Jay Alvarez, the tight end, a 200-pound junior with just 3 catches on the year, but 41 yards. He had 6 if he holds on. So now it's third down. Third down and 11. The ball's at the 12, they say. So big play right now. Cougars trying to hold and keep him out of the end zone here on third down. Dropping the throw. Fayler looks, pulls it down, wants to run, and he's got running room to the left side. He'll get inside the 5. Does not pick up the first down, however. It'll be fourth down, and we'll see if Lonnie Prees opts for the field goal. They're just 1 of 3 on field goal attempts this year with a long of 35, and they are going to bring the field goal team on. That would be Braden Bennett. He has 24 points, 21 of 23 on extra point conversions, 1 of 3 on field goals. This one will be about a 22-yard field goal attempt, basically straight on. There's the snap. Right foot kick is on the way, and long enough, it is good. 22 yards out. 3-0 lead for Concordia here at home. Impressive drive to start the ball game. 9:11 remaining here in the opening quarter. We'll step out for a timeout. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
You can help support your Catholic parish or school with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. You'll not only enjoy excellent personal service and save money with your new loan or credit card, you'll also be giving money back to the participating parish or school you care about. Let Notre Dame Federal Credit Union elevate all participating parishes or schools. Elevate can be reached at 844-230-6611 or visit us online at ndelevate.com. Independent from the university.
From your generous giving.
21-yard field goal. Concordia in the early lead here. at 3-0 here at Cardinal Stadium. Now the Cougars, who won the toss, deferred, they'll get their chance offensively. Again, once again, that field goal by Braden Bennett. And now they'll kick it away from left to right. 3-0 Cardinals. Here comes the kick, and over in near side. And Justin Green runs up to it at the 7. Works left boundary across the 20, 25, 30, 35. Tripped up, and he dives forward across to about the 44-yard line. I tell you what, if he is not tripped up, he's got a chance to go to the house. Justin Green with a very good kick return. Getting a good field position now for St. Francis. 5 kickoff returns last week for Justin Green. He had a long of 42. And they spot that ball right at the Cougar 45-yard line. 1st and 10, USF with an offensive line that averages 279 a man. Tackle to tackle, Brian Gagner at center. Zach Menardo, Jalen Gamble, the guards. Keegan Bruner and Alex Woods are the tackles. Pistol alignment for St. Francis as the Cougars now down 3-0. And they'll look to run the ball. There's Green off tackle to the left side. Eagles across the 45. Picked up a couple of yards to the 47. Tim Iltis on the stop. Sophomore at 6'2", 215 for the Cardinals. Gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. Monte McDowell had a big ball game last week, and Adrian split wide to the right side. Akeem Kelso up in the slot to the right side. 1 wide to the left. That's Seth Coate. Here's a quick throw. That's a low ball going down. Did they pick it off the turf? They call it a catch. It'll be a yard deep into Concordia territory. That was McDowell who had to go down and cradle that ball with his hands because it was dying quickly. But it's short of the 1st down. They've got to reach the 45 of Concordia now on this snap. Cougars last week on 3rd downs were 10 of 19 for 53% against Siena Heights. A lot of that in the 1st half, though. Now Ferrer barking up the signals. Wants to throw again. Rushes coming, throws over the middle, and they're close to the spot at the pins where they stop the ball. Looks like it may be just an inch or 2 short of the 45. So McDowell on the catch once again, and now the referee, that's Dave Van Circum, looks over and says, hey, that's close enough. Move the chains. It'll be a Cougar 1st down. Interesting where the officials were walking towards. It looked to be short by about maybe about 3-4 inches, but when they spotted the ball, it was right at the 45, 1st and 10. So the Cougars on the move now into Concordia territory, trailing it 3-0. Ferrer looks to hand the ball to Green again, cuts it up the middle, and fights his way down close to the 40-yard line. The ball comes loose, but that's after the play was over, so no harm, no foul. And that'll be a gain of 5 yards for Justin Green. Green's numbers, number 8 rusher in the MSFA, 54 carries, averaging 6 yards a try, has 3 rushing touchdowns. And now 2nd down and 5, the work from the right side hash mark. Ferrer with 2 wide to his left. Also, they have a wing back up on the left side as well. Long count from the line of scrimmage. Now they look to Green again, looking for a hole. Cuts it up inside guard and tackle and brings it inside the 35. They may mark him down at the 34. They will have another 1st down. So St. Francis converting once again. They'll move the chains. And they'll move that ball to just inside the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Green has been the featured running back. He stays in, lined up behind Nick Ferrer. McDowell and Kelsaw split wide to the right. Seth Coate, they've not tried to go to him yet today, and they've got double coverage on Seth. Here's a play-action fake, and Ferrer looking for Coate. Dancing throws left side. He's got Kelso inside the 15 to the 10, and out of bounds. Let's see, stepped out of bounds right about the 9-yard line, it would appear. Let's see where they put it down. It'll be 1st and goal for St. Francis, trying to get the lead for the first time today. They trail it 3-0. They marked that ball at the 9-yard line. Ferrer dancing around. He wanted to go deep to Coate. Seth finally cleared with a deep post run, but that time he elected to go to Kelso, and that was a good decision and gives them 1st and goal. Green offset to the left side. Ferrer with motion now, right to left behind, and they'll give the ball to Green. Green fights his way, spun around to the 5-yard line, so he'll get 4 yards on that carry. That time they used the motion as a decoy, and setting up Justin Green for the straight-ahead carry. Ball squarely at the 5-yard line. Clock shows 5:39 remaining in this first quarter. Fast-moving ball game so far. Kelsaw stays in with McDowell to the right. Coate actually lines up tight to the left side. They'll bring in Nicodemus as the halfback. And also back there, Justin Green. Second down and goal. Under center is Ferrer. Ready to take the snap, hands to Green. Got a bit of a block, but only got a yard. Good driving tackle coming in there. Looked like one of the linebackers knifed in there. It was Ty Peterson, I believe, that got a piece of Green to knock him down after a short gain. In fact, they just moved that ball, just nose of the football inside the 5, so it'll bring up third down and goal. They'll stay with the same formation. No, they don't. This time they will put Nicodemus up on the wing to the left side. Coach stays in tight. Now they'll look to Justin. It's a throw by, and here's a diving catch in the end zone, but he can't make it. McDowell dropped the ball. He laid out for it along the end line, but could not hold on. Ball squirted free, so that'll bring on Ryan Nix to try to tie the game up at 3-3. The ground apparently knocked the ball free from McDowell. He's made some big plays in recent weeks, that time unable to hold on. This also will be about a 22-yard field goal by Ryan Nix. Remember, Bennett got about similar distance at the other end for Concordia there first. Their high snap, and that's over everybody. So they've just got to blow that up as Nix covers up, so that bid for a tie goes awry on a bad snap over the holder's head, over Sean Boswell. No chance on that one. So it remains 3-0 on the missed field goal by, can't harm Ryan Nix on that, no chance. And it remains a 3-0 ball game. So and that also gives very decent field position for Concordia, because that ball was covered up at the Concordia 34. That is where the Cardinal offense comes back onto the field. And they'll have some decent field position to begin this series with. In this offensive line, one of the biggest you see in the MSFA, averaging 294 a man. Tackle to tackle. Here's Failer looking to throw the ball short. It's knocked away. Good defensive play. Deshaun Lewis bodied up on the would-be receiver out there. Incomplete pass. They were trying to go to number 7, Mike Blosser, who is the backup tight end. He saw a lot of games starting last year. He's a senior now, 220 and 6 feet. Second down and 10. Baylor sets up out of the shotgun formation now. Running back offset to the right side with a halfback in front. Looks to, now here's a quarterback draw. And Baylor running and picks up blockers. Works to the 40, 45, 50. Down out of bounds. Inside the 45 of USF. So Tyler Baylor looked like he wanted to throw and then changed his mind, worked to his right and picked up a couple of blockers on the broken play, if you will, and he's got a good gain down to the USF 44-yard line. Concordia in the lead at 3-0 and trying to add to that 3-0 lead. Roderick Daly set wide to the left, up in the slot to the left side. Baylor back in the pistol formation once again. Running back lined up behind him, takes the snap, wants to throw. Look, steps up and spins around. Now he runs, pulls it down, and he'll get a gain down to about the USF 41-yard line. Eric Dutton on the stop. That's a gain of about 3. Again, Concordia not huddling up. Daly checks out of the game. 2 guys are coming in, and they'll bring Connor out of the ball game as well. Play clock at 15. Bring in Dante DeSalle as one of the wideouts to the left side. Motion now, Herman Mason. And they look, here's the option. You want to give the ball to Mason, cuts to the 40, and angles out of bounds down to about the 36-yard line. That is short of the first down by a couple of yards. See where they're going to put that ball down. It's going to bring up third down, and they'll spot it just outside the 36-yard line. They've got to get to the 34, so it'll be third down and a short 2 coming up. Just over 3 minutes time remaining in the first quarter. St. Francis missed on a tying field goal. It is 3-0 in favor of Concordia. Baylor with a running back lined up behind him. Cougars show blitz. They'll run the ball now, and they've got the first down. Straight ahead carry. Nets a gain down to the 33-yard line. That time it was Kyle Oakley, a 5'9 senior. He's run for 73 yards, but last week he carried 16 times against SXU for 55 yards, and he scored a touchdown, and they'll move the chains, 1st and 10, to the USF 33-yard line. Cougars right now showing four defensive linemen down. And here's Fayler, screens the ball near side. And the catch is made, the short gain to the 30, maybe another yard. DeSalle again on that catch near side. He's a freshman, 176-pounder at 6 foot even. And that'll be a gain of 3 to the 30-yard line. Oakley stays in as the running back. And Michael Blosser in, he's tight to the left side. Well, he's going to set up actually on the wing to the left side. 2nd down and long. Taylor's got motion. And they'll try to give the ball off, and that's a gain inside the 30 to the 28. That looked a little bit like a problem on the exchange of the handoff. A lot of misdirection. Motion right to left, but they give the ball straight ahead, carry to Oakley. And now it's another 3rd down situation coming up for Concordia. 3rd down and 5, trying to reach the Cougar 23-yard line. They lead it 3-0. On 3rd downs last week, they were 5 of 12 in Chicago for 42%. That's about their average for the year. Very good executing team. Now Connor comes back in. He's flanked to the right side. Daly in motion, right to left behind the line of scrimmage. Option run, they want to run, and there's Connor, cuts it up, and he's got the first down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. Joe Connor, their different-looking team when they've got him available. The 205-pound sophomore running back came in with 424 rushing yards, 5th best among all MSFA rushers. He's missed a couple of games with injury, but back in there today. Clock with just over a minute time remaining in this fast-moving first quarter. Baylor again out of the pistol alignment, waiting, wants to throw. 2-step drop, steps up, and they've got him for a sack this time. Pinching in. Let's see if that was Helgard. It was. And had some help from Blaker as well. So that will be a loss back outside the 25. They'll move the ball back to the Cougar 28-yard line. And this should be the last play, or could be the last play of the first quarter. We're down to about 36 seconds time remaining in this 3-0 lead by Concordia.
30 seconds to go.
Play clock at 13. They do have to run a play. Game clock now at 25. Too wide to the right. Ball basically in the middle of the field as Fayler takes the snap, wants to throw again. 2-step drop, throws to the outside, and that is wide and incomplete. Deshaun Jones had the coverage. It was a square-out pattern run by the receiver. I believe that was Bryant Hudson, but again, Fayler had to get rid of the ball earlier than he wanted to. So that leaves 15 seconds on the clock and brings up 3rd down and 16.
About the 12-yard line for first down. To run another play. Clock obviously stops.
Play clock just at 19. They've got plenty of time here. DeSalle will check back into the ball game. They list him at 6 foot. He looks taller than that. Split wide to the right, part of a trips package to the right side. Fayler to throw again. Steps up, looks, throws over the middle. He's got a man out there, but again missed him down deep. That was Roderick Daly. So to bring up 4th down with 9 seconds to play in the quarter, and we will see if we will see Braden Bennett on for a field goal attempt. 4th down and 16. Right now, it looks like they're going to try to run a play. They could pick up a first down inside the 13-yard line. Play clock is running. We're down to 12, and they're still standing around, waiting for the play to be wagged in. See if they are going to elect to use a timeout. Apparently not. We're down to 4, 3, 2. And here is Taylor. Did they get the play off, or did they go to call a timeout? So they saved the penalty. Play clock was about to expire. And we'll stump out in a 3-0 lead. Just 9 seconds remaining in the quarter. And it's 3-0 Concordia. And we'll be back to Cardinal Stadium. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Here's a money-saving tip from Mumper, the #1 name in insulation since 1956. Exposed attic ceiling joints and ductwork or new snow that quickly melts off your roof means you need to add insulation. We'll fill empty sidewall cavities with insulation, even through masonry aluminum or vinyl siding with no unsightly holes. Plus, we'll seal your crawl space with urethane foam for a total insulation package. Call Mumper Insulation at 432-7543 for a free, no-obligation energy analysis of your home.
Back at Cardinal Stadium, I'm Joe Parson. The sun coming out, plenty of sunshine now. A temperature expected to reach into the low 70s, perhaps 66 degrees at kickoff. Cougars trying to stand tall now on this 4th and 16 call coming up for Concordia. The play by the they run the timeout clock. There is 9 seconds remaining in the quarter, and they are not going to attempt the field goal to try to give them a 6-0 lead. They'll run a play. So Thaler at quarterback. Cougars with 2 safeties back, Holman and Stewart. Motion left to right by Mason near side. Here's Thaler looking to throw the ball again. Loads throw the middle, tip ball, and that's incomplete. Good job up the middle. That was Pearson Harnish that got his hand on the ball. Tipped it. It still went into the end zone, but unable to make the play for Concordia. So it remains a 3-0 ball game, and St. Francis will get the ball back on that 4th down stop. When they needed it, they'll take over with 4 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. So Concordia got a field goal to lead it, 22 yards by Bennett. Nix didn't have a chance really on his would-be tying field goal from a similar distance as the ball sailed over the head of Sean Boswell, the holder. So that's where we are right now as we head now to the second, still in the first quarter with at least one play yet remaining in this 3-0 lead by the Cardinals. So Ferrer, it looks like he's got Aaron Harrison there. He wants to throw. Ferrer gives the right side ball is juggled. Harris got turned around a little bit and trying to juggle that ball and pull it back into him. Could not do it at the 32-yard line. And that is the end of the first quarter. So 3-0 in favor of Concordia here at home, where they are 2-0 coming into today on their home turf. Overall, they are 4-2. Cougars ranked number 4 at 5-1 overall, 3-1 in the Mid-East League, trying to get back and take the lead. When we return to Ann Arbor, Michigan, this is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Today, bring to me all sinners and immerse them in the ocean of my mercy. Join Redeemer Radio for the 2016 Fall Share-a-thon. Together, help us in sharing His mercy as we celebrate Share-a-thon for 5 days, gathering pledges, sharing stories, and awarding sizzle gifts, all while raising necessary funds to operate Redeemer Radio. Tune in October 24th through the 28th for our Fall Share-a-thon here on Redeemer Radio, 95.7 and 106.3 FM. Your prayers and pledges will allow us to continue to evangelize the good news.
Think of Briscoe Dentistry for your family's dental care. Dr. Todd Briscoe and team know that your body is more than just teeth and gums. Your oral health affects the performance ability of your entire body. And on the field or court, you want your body to perform at its best. So trust Dr. Briscoe and team to provide the ultimate in preventative, periodontal, orthodontic, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry. To optimize your body's performance, contact Dr. Briscoe at 260-486-9950 or on the web at briscoedentistry.com.
Cougars with the ball once again now, getting ready to go to work. They trail it 3-0 as Ferrer looking and scrambles to his right side, being pursued, had to throw the ball away as he was about to be knocked down. We're working through some of our technical issues. Bear with us, please. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. Cougars trying to reach their own 38-yard line on this snap coming up. They come out of the huddle now up to the line of scrimmage. P.J. Dean checks in as the running back. 3rd down and 10. St. Francis still trying to get things going here. They have not put points on the board so far early on here in the second quarter. Ferrer with the play clock at 3. Wants to throw, looks, pulls it down, now throws over the middle. He's got a catch for a 1st down. That looks like it's Boswell. Crossed the 40 to the 43-yard line. So Ferrer just did escape the rush coming from behind, and Boswell with a big catch to move the chains for St. Francis 1st and 10 with improving field position just short of the Cougar 45-yard line. They'll spot it at the 44. 1st and 10. Seth Cote in. He split wide to the left side. Up on the slot to the left side is Boswell. Just made that 1st down catch. And they'll run the ball now. And here is there's a late penalty flag thrown. Gain is up to the 45-yard line. Not much running room there. That was P.J. Dean on the carry. Cougars giving up just 85 yards a game on the ground. That's second best, but Concordia, they're staunchly also proficient on that against the run. 119 yards only. That's 4th best in the MSFA. That was a late flag against St. Francis. Procedure call is going to take the ball back to the 34-yard line. It's not a procedure call. It's going to be a hold, so it'll be 1st down and 1st and 20. Dean stays in as the running back. Offset, they'll actually lined up. Now they move them a little bit to the right and behind Nick Ferrer at quarterback. Here's the snap, and Ferrer to throw. Looking, throws, dumps it out. Dean's got it. Works his way to the 40, cuts back nicely, 45. Steps out of one tackle, got the midfield and into Concordia territory. Nice footwork that time by P.J. Dean. Made the defender commit and then cut to his right, and he'll pick up about 17 yards on that pass play. Yeah, again, apparently a penalty flag down on the field. Dave Van Cirksum, our referee, with his crew, talking about it. We'll see if we can pick up that call from...
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 28 of the offense. 10 yards, 15 yards from the end of the run. 2nd down.
So it's going to be a dead ball foul. It's unnecessary roughness against P.J. Dean. You don't often see a ball carrier assessed on unnecessary roughness. So that's 15 yards from the end of the play. It will be 2nd down. They'll move the ball back to the USF 37. And that will bring up 2nd down. And we'll check it here. They've got to get to the 46-yard line of Concordia.
So now St. Francis has to cross over the 50, down to the Concordia 46.
Rocky James is checked into the ball game. He is sent wide to the right now, part of a trips package to the right side, wide side of the field. Here's the draw coming up, and looking Justin Green gets a lot of that penalty yardage back. He'll carry up to his own 42-yard line to bring up 3rd down. Clock inside 13 and a half minutes. Only points so far today. The 21-yard field goal by Braden Bennett of Concordia. St. Francis missed an opportunity to tie the game when the long snap came over the head of the holder. Now it's 3rd down and let's call it a short 12. Trying to get to the 46 of the Cardinals. 2 wide to the right, Cote wide to the left side, the short side of the field. Short side. Boswell up in the slot to the right side now. 1st and 10 for the Cougars on the move once again, trying to punch it in. Here's a strong throw to the right side, looking for McDowell. Goes high in the air. There was good coverage that time. The ball sailed against the wind. So that will be incomplete. Justin Green now checks into the ball game.
5-yard line.
2nd and 10 with the ball at the 24-yard line. They'll work from the left side hash mark. Cougars huddling up now. They break out of it. And Rocky James back in, widest to the right. Up on the slot to the right side is Boswell. Ferrer taking a look at that defense. Has the snap, wants to throw again, and screens the ball. He's got Green. Green cuts to the 20, 15, cuts back inside. He's down to the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal once again for St. Francis. Second time they've been down deep inside the 10-yard line. First time they came away with no points on the missed field goal. So it will be first and goal for USF, ball squarely placed on the 10-yard line. Cougars trying to take their first lead of the day. This time Boswell and Coate go wide to the left. Boswell in the slot. Rocky James wide to the right. Justin Green stays in as the running back. Here's a quick screen. They've got Boswell. Boswell trying to get loose and fights his way down close to the 6-yard line. Maybe the 5, depends on the forward progress. Don't see where they're going to spot that ball yet. That will be a gain of at least 4, maybe 5 yards. They're going to set that ball down at the 6. So second and goal from the 6-yard line. Again, Coate to wide to the short side, to the left side. They come up and press coverage on him, the cornerback. And they'll get double coverage out there as well. Motion now Gegner to the left as here's Ferrer, throws over the middle, and ball knocked down at the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up third down and goal. So the Cougars missed a touchdown earlier when roaming the back line. McDowell laid out for it, had the ball initially, but the ground separated the ball, and it was ruled no catch. And now they've got third down and goal still from the 6-yard line. Same formation with James and Boswell wide to the right. This time Green is offset on the wing to the right side. Check it, that's Gegner. He comes in motion now, resets to the left wing. Here's Ferrer looking to throw and knocked down at the line of scrimmage. That was nearly a pick, as right in the hands of one of the linebackers. Ferrer that time never saw him, and it'll bring up fourth down. And what do? You've already had one missed opportunity on a field goal. Remember, Nix missed twice last week in Adrian and then came through with a game winner in the final 2.5 minutes. So they'll try again with Boswell the hold. Nix now is 3 of 7 on the year, field goal attempts. This one from the 14-yard line, let's call it a 24-yard field goal to tie the game. It's been an uphill battle for the Cougars. Right-footed kick is on the way. He's got the distance, and he's got the angle. 3-3 tie with 11:26 remaining in this second quarter. And we'll be back with more from Ann Arbor, Michigan. This is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Tri-State Warehousing is one of the most complete service-oriented companies in the warehousing field today. Located in Fort Wayne, Tri-State Warehousing is a 50,000 square foot dry and temperature-controlled storage facility, serving 2/3 of the continental U.S. with overnight rail service. The dedicated staff and specialty services of Tri-State Warehousing are known throughout the industry. For great things in store, call Tri-State Warehousing, 260-436-2010. That's 260-436-2010.
Back in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Joe Parsons. So far, it's been a game of traded field goals, and mixed in between a missed one by USF. But a 3-3 tie now. The Cougars will tee it up and kick it away from left to right. Cadets with 2 returners back deep inside the 5-yard line. And they are been running Herman Mason and Brian Hudson back deep in kick return. Mason back there once again. And the Cougars spread it out and ready to kick it away once again in this 3-3 tie here in Michigan. Nix approaching. Right foot kicks it, low line drive. That's a tip ball, comes to the 25. Return across the 30, 35, 40. And the ball popped free. St. Francis thinks they've got it. Let's wait for the officials. And the Cougars have got it, I believe, at the Concordia 42-yard line. 1st and 10 USF on the fumble recovery on the kick. So a break for St. Francis. So the Cougars get it at the Concordia 42-yard line. So now they have a chance to try to take their first lead of the day.
After the fumble recovery, the Cougars will be taking the ball 1st and 10 of the 42.
Ferrer brings the Cougar offense back onto the field. Kelso back out there now in the slot to the right. That's the wide side of the field. And here come the Cougars now, trying to capitalize on the fumble recovery. Ferrer out of the pistol, wants to throw the ball, being pursued, cuts to his right, now throws in the middle, and that's incomplete. They're looking for Kelso, and he thought he was interfered with. Don't see a penalty flag, though, as the defender that time came in there, went over the shoulder, but no penalty flag on that play. Defender that time was Ross O'Brien. 2nd down and 10. Ball still at the 42. Ferrer was checking the Cougar sidelines, what they want to run. Nate Carson now is coming to the ball game. He's wide to the short side to the left of Ferrer. 2 wideouts to the right side now. And Nicodemus up on the wing to the right side. They'll give the ball to Justin Green. Gets a block, cuts to the short side. Stepped out of bounds inside the 40, right around the 38. Maybe he got another yard to the 37. And that'll bring up a 3rd down call for St. Francis. Clock stopped as Green has stepped out of bounds. Now it runs again. And it'll run inside of 11 minutes before this snap. 3-3 tie here in Ann Arbor. They spot the ball at the 39. So Green did not get a good spot at all. 3rd down and 7. Trying to reach the 32-yard line on this snap. Maybe 4-down yardage area. We'll see. Ferrer to throw again. Steps up, screens the ball near side. That's a catch by Green. Takes tacklers to the 30-yard line, and he's got a 1st down. Had to get to the 32, picked up a couple of extra yards. So Justin Green, with a tackler holding on, drug him far enough for the 1st down conversion, and they'll move the chains now with 10:37 remaining in this first half. Aaron Harris will come back into the ball game. 1st and 10 USF at the 29-yard line is where they spot the ball. Coat back in. He's tight to the left side. Lined up behind him on the wing is Nicodemus. Waukee James in wide to the right side. That's the short side. Keith Kelsaw in motion. And here's Ferrer. Looks, dumps it over the middle. He's got a catch by Coat at the 15 to the 10. And trying to get more yardage. Struggles down close to the 7-yard line. They had a little bit of the shirt of Seth Coat, but he kept his balance and carried him down just close to the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, USF. Well, nothing easy today for the Cougars on the road offensively, but they are in position to grab their first lead of the day. Nose of the football just outside the Concordia 6. They'll work from the left side hash mark now. Clock moves inside of 10 minutes, time remaining first half. A little bit of light breeze out of the southwest. Ferrer motion by Kelsaw. Counter run coming right side. And not much there for Aaron Harris, but he stays on his feet and he scores. He bounced off would-be tacklers at the 5 and just broke it out to the right side. It'll be a touchdown run of 6 yards at the 9:38 mark. And that, I tell you, is just absolute determination by Aaron Harris. Time of the score, 9:38, and we have one of the defenders down for Concordia. Touchdown will stand, so the Cougars are on the board. They have their first lead of the day at 9-3, and we have an injury timeout here in Ann Arbor. Let's keep things right here. Remind everybody, historic St. Felix Catholic Center now open for retreats. They are located in Huntington, Indiana on 30 scenic acres, plenty of recreational areas, and a serene Blessed Mother Grotto. St. Felix Catholic Center is the perfect location for a single day of prayer to overnight retreats. former home of the venerable Solanus Casey. Come visit today. Plan your visit at sfcatholiccenter.com. Injury has been taken care of, so now the Cougars trying to take a lead by a full 7 points. Boswell, the holder, Nix on to attempt the extra point. Long enough. He booms it right through the uprights. Or did, there was movement. That cost the Cougars some yardage, and Nix will have to try it again. So that backs them up. 9-3 in favor of St. Francis. They trailed early on 3-0. Got a tying field goal finally. Now it becomes about a 25-yard extra point. Boswell, the holder. Nix, a little bit longer distance now. Here's the snap. The hold is good. Kick is fading a little bit. And let's see. No, he got it inside the left upright. Looked like it was hooking off to the left, but it is good. And the Cougars now open up a 10-3 lead with a timeout. 9:38 remaining here in the first half. And we'll be back to Ann Arbor. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Hello, sports fans. This is Father Bob Garrow, chaplain at Bishop DeWanger High School. It is time to get geared up for our fall sports season. Whether competing on the soccer field, golf, or cross-country course, volleyball court, or on the gridiron, we wish good luck and great sportsmanship to all our student athletes and their teams. May we become the saints we are called to be. Saint Sebastian, pray for us.
Welcome back, everybody. Joe Parson with you from Ann Arbor, Michigan today. At that touchdown run by Aaron Harris. He had the team lead in, that's his 8th rushing touchdown of the year, and great individual determination because it looked like they had Aaron bottled up right about the 5-yard line, but he just kept the legs moving and just veered off to the right side going into the end zone for a touchdown, the first of the day. Here's a line drive kick fielded at the 23, return up the middle, across the 30, and they'll get the possession at the Concordia 34-yard line, 1st and 10 for the, so tempted to say Concordia Cadets, but of course here it's Concordia University and Concordia's Cardinals. So we'll see that Cardinal offense back on, but now they have to play from behind. Led early 3-0, but now the Cougars have scored the game's last 10 points. 1st and 10 at the Cardinal 34-yard line, moving from right to left. Still 9:32 remaining here in the first half. Cougars finally back home next Saturday after the 2-game road trip to Michigan. They'll take on the Robert Morris University Eagles at 12 noon at Darcy Stadium. Hope you can come on out for that one. Hope the weather stays like we've got here today in Michigan. Weatherman said we'd reach the 70s by later in the day. Motion right to left behind the line of scrimmage, and now they fake the ball on the read option. And Thaler works across the 35 up to the 37. Good job at disguising that play by Tyler Thaler, the 6'1 junior quarterback. Seth Suda was the starter, and the 6'2 junior is out with a broken foot. He had thrown for 615 yards and 10 touchdowns. That's a gain of about 4. 2nd down and 6. Clock now inside 9 minutes. 2nd down and 6. They work from the right side hash mark. And Thaler again looking to hand the ball off, this time an off-tackle run, and they've got Connor behind the defense. And by the way, I'll tell you what, he was close to breaking it to the house. All the way into Cougar territory up the middle inside the 45. To about the 41-yard line goes Joe Connor. And as we talked about in the pregame, they are a different-looking team with this young, talented sophomore running back. So 1st and 10, and now Concordia on the move, trying to tie this game up. Yeah, that big offensive line that averages just under 300 pounds a man, tackle to tackle. Thaler again looking to Connor, and a straight ahead carry. And Cougars give ground inside the 35 down to about their 33-yard line. Again, Connor ran for a 1st down and comes back with a carry good for about 7. Now make it 8 yards, and close to 9.
2nd and 1 on the 33 for the Cardinal offense.
They'll spot that ball inside the Cougar 35 at the 33-yard line. Bryant Hudson in wide to the right. They've got a trips package wide to the left. And now Ashton Gray has come in, but it's an empty backfield with 2 wide to the right as well. And Fayler looking, dances, throws the ball. That's Daly. Did he drop the ball? No, they're going to rule it a catch at the 26. Looked like after he tried to pivot, that ball came free, but maybe they say he made a football move. Regardless, it's going to be a positive gain down to the USF 26-yard line. And that is good for a first down. So 1st and 10, and the Cardinals on the move once again. They'll keep Ashton Gray, 190-pound senior running back, in there. And he's lined up behind Tyler Fayler, their quarterback. Motion now by Mason behind the line of scrimmage. But here's the give. No, they pitched the ball. That's Mason looking for running room. Turns the corner, got a block, and bumped out of bounds short of the 20. Looks like he stepped out of bounds around the 23-yard line. But again, we'll check it. They're going to move that ball, set down at the USF 22. And that'll be a gain of about 5. So Ashton Gray, one of about 3 running backs that they use, came in with 189 yards on 42 carries. 10 last week against SXU. He averaged 5.2 yards a carry. Has 5 yards on that carry. Clock now inside of 7 minutes. 10-3 St. Francis, but on the move, the Cardinals. Gray stays in as the running back, and they'll have 3 wide to the left side. That's the wide side of the field, including Herman Mason. And here's a run call once again. This time St. Francis. Pearson Harnish was there. Derek Dutton as well. And the gain will be only to the 21. Now they'll bring Joe Connor back into the ball game for Ashton Gray. So Connor, who is much more effective running for Concordia this year as a running back. It'll be 3rd down and 5. As they try to get to the USF just inside the 17-yard line. 6:11 remaining in this first half. Baylor stays in the pistol formation. Has the snap again, wants to throw. The rush is coming, steps up. He's got running room now, and knocked down at the 20. So the Cougars gave some ground, but then closed. Marcus Stepp came up in run support to knock it down, and looks like they're going to bring in Braden Bennett with another field goal attempt now. Hit earlier from 21 yards out. This one from about 30. Let's check it. Looks to be about a 38-yard field goal attempt. Right in the middle of the field. Waiting for the snap. Here's the right-footed kick on the way. It's tailing a little bit, and it's on the way and good. 38-yard field goal gets points on the board. Second field goal of the day for Bennett. And that'll cut the Cougar lead down to 4 points at 10-6. 38 yards on the field goal. That is good. And we'll be back with more after the 30-second timeout. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Amore's Pizza proudly supports Catholic sports. Try our Chicago-style stuffed pizza made with top-quality meats and cheeses. Your mouth will taste the difference. We also offer gluten-free options or many unique items. Amore's Pizza is located at 933 East DuPont Road, right off Coldwater. Full menu and specials can be found at amorespizza.net or call 490-9099. Amore's Pizza, where our food is made with love.
So Bennett has come through with a couple of field goals for the Cardinals here in the first half. This last one at the 5:18 mark, good for 38 yards. And that puts the Cardinals back within 4 points. Now they'll kick the ball away from right to left. Justin Green had a good kick return in his only opportunity earlier in this half. And he'll be back once again. They'll kick the ball high, end over end once again. Green looks to take it a yard deep. Out to the 5, to the 10, looks right side, looking for running room, and runs out of bounds just across the 20. And now there's a penalty flag thrown late. And we will see if that one is going to back St. Francis up. Cougars, as far as penalties, they have been one of the most penalized teams in the MSFA, coming in averaging 81 yards a game. That is third last, and that one will back them up as well. It goes against USF. Referee today, Dave Van Cirksum. So the penalty is going to move the ball back inside the 15 all the way down to the 11-yard line.
Flag on the play, however. After the penalty, the
Cougars have got all three of their timeouts remaining, if you're wondering here, with 5:12 remaining in the half. Trying to pick up some first downs. Now they move the ball up to the 12, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the Cougar 12-yard line. Green stays in as the running back. He'll be lined up behind Ferrer right about the 5-yard line. Here's Nick, and looking the stretch handoff. And no, he kept the ball himself. Boy, that looked like a read option play. You don't see that often by Ferrer. Ended up using Green as a lead blocker, and he'll lose the yardage. Back, they say he reached the, well, I said the 5, it's the 10-yard line is where they spot the ball. That's a loss of 2. So 2nd down and 12. McDowell back in as a running back. He comes wide to the right. That's the short side of the field. And Seth Coate wide to the 11. Let's see if they try to go to vertical now. Actually, 3 wide to the left side, including Zach Gegner. Here's Ferrer, screens the ball, and Coate runs into trouble, pivots back to his left side, and then is knocked out of bounds. He'll get a gain, but it'll bring up 3rd down still and about. Let's see where they're going to spot that ball. On the far side, that's the Cougar side of things. And they'll bring it. Is there a penalty flag on the field as well? We'll check that. See if we can go down and get Dave Van Cirkum's.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Number 11 on the offense. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run.
Well, that's a tough one on Seth Coate, actually. Hands to the face, trying to stiff arm and get a little leverage to run with the ball, and that'll back St. Francis up once again. And take the ball down inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. So the Cougars making it tough on themselves. It will remain 2nd down. 2nd down and 15. Cougars would ultimately have to get out to their own 23-yard line. Got a couple of downs to work with, and we'll see what they try to come up with now. Green checks out of the ball game. And they're going to bring in a new running back. That's Aaron Harris who checks in. He actually will be lined up about a yard deep into the end zone. A little bit behind and offset to the right of Nick Ferrer. Officials still conferring. Clock stopped right now with 4:24 remaining. Late in this first half. Remains a 10-6 ball game. Cougars on top by 4.
On the prior play, Concordia has decided to decline the penalty. 3rd down.
Well, interesting. Lonnie Priest changed his mind. They declined the penalty. It'll be 3rd down. Cougars get the gain, but it's 3rd down and 7. They've got to reach their own 23-yard line now. They drop 4 in coverage as Ferrer wants to throw. Looks, throws over the middle, and that's a drop ball. There was double coverage there. Looked like they were trying to go to Sean Boswell again in the middle, but he couldn't find the handle, and it'll be 4th down, and the Cougars will have to punt the ball away for the first time today. So Concordia is going to get good field position in this one, as Spitnail will drop back inside of his own 5-yard line to punt the ball away. Looking at Spitnail this year, 11 punts. He's had a long of 48. He's averaging 38 yards a punt. That puts him 8th best in the MSFA. He waits at the 2-yard line for the snap. Needs a good delivery of the ball to him right now, and does get one. Steps into it. Nice spiral ball. That'll be fielded midfield. A run to the right side to the 45. Not to the 45. Only got to the 46. That was Nick Holshoe on the punt return. Guy last week had 2 punt returns against the SXU Cougars and had a long of 12. But he's got the ball into St. Francis territory at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Cardinals. So Concordia with 4:05 remaining gets the ball back. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. 1st and 10 at the USF 47. in this 10-6 game in Ann Arbor. Joe Connor will come back on the field for Concordia as the running back, the one back. And they'll have 2 wide to the left side once again for Tyler Thaler. Thaler in the pistol, looks to hand the ball to Connor, wants to break it out to the left side. It steps out of a tackle, steps out of another tackle and bumped out of bounds. Holman missed him, Hemmelgard missed him, and finally bumped out of bounds after a gain. Boy, the Cougars had a great opportunity for a tackle for loss, but you've got to hit this kid low and drive and make sure. Got a great center of balance. So call it a gain of 4, second down and a short 6. Clock still moving. Inside of 4 minutes now. Roderick Daly will stay in. He'll move kind of a tight formation route. Bunch line up to the right side, but very tight. And Thaler checking and now moves. They didn't have enough men up on the line of scrimmage. Now Daly comes up, and they've got Mason now. But here's a read option by Thaler, and he's got running room again off to the right side and carries all the way down with a leaping move all the way to the USF 31-yard line, maybe the 30. I think they're going to mark him down at the 31, but that'll be good for a first down. And they do spot that ball at the USF 31-yard line. Thaler, an effective runner, came in with 225 rushing yards on 45 carries, averaging 5 yards a carry. Carried 18 times against SXU for 56 yards a week ago. 1st and 10. Concordia on the move now, approaching the red zone. Thaler with the running back offset to the right side. Option run again. Pitches the ball. And that's Connor. And steps out of a tackle and carries down inside the 20-yard line. There was a penalty flag thrown. And we'll see which way that's going against. Looks like he's got the first down if the play stands up, but we'll see. Referee talking to a couple of his stripes.
Holding, offense number 9. 10 yards from the end of the run, it remains first down.
Call goes against Bryant Hudson on a hold. That'll back him up. Let's see where they're going to spot that ball. At the end of the run, they'll move it back to the 29 of USF. So it'll be first down and 7.
1st and 8, ball on the 29 for the Cardinals.
Daly this time comes wide with Mason to the left side, the wide side of the field. Now a little motion. They're going to flip-flop. Jay Alvarez tight to the left as well. In motion by Mason to the left side. Here's the read option again. And Connor looking. Connor trying to escape. And this time the Cougars, it took 3 of them to bring him down, but Pearson Harnish, with help from Lee Stewart, wrapped up and dropped him for a loss. Rare loss for Joe Connor back around the 34-yard line.
And number 9, Pearson Harnish.
So it'll bring up second down and 13 with still 2:23 remaining. 10-6 our score. Cougars holding on by their fingernails. Alvarez now checks out of the ball game. And instead they'll come with an extra wide receiver. Thaler now is going to have 2 wide either side of the field. Thaler waiting for the snap and wants to throw. Screens the ball near side and then nothing doing. USF sniffed that one out against DeSalle and knocks him down. Another loss back outside the 35 to the 37. And it'll bring up third down and even longer. So the Cougars now flexing their defensive muscles somewhat. Those are the football just inside the USF 37. And now we're down to 92 seconds remaining in the half. Hudson stays wide to the right. Flanked inside of him will be Mason. Herman Mason at 6'2". Now they'll be joined by Daly as he looks to throw that way. Thaler looks, throws over the middle. He's got a man, and the ball is dropped. That was good coverage. Earl Holman separated Mason from the ball, and will bring up fourth down. Earlier, the Cardinals disdained the field goal. This would be about a long one of about 50-some yards. It looks like they're going to have to run a play on 4th down and 16.
4th down 16, 1:15 to go at the half.
Clock stopped on the incompleted pass.
At least right now.
DeSalle again, part of a trips package, including Rod Daly was a factor earlier in the ball game. 3 wide to the right. So the Cougars trying to get pressure on the quarterback. Baylor looks, throws the home run ball. That's way wide and high. So the 4th down bid fails, and the Cougars will take over with 1:09 remaining on their second 4th down stop of the ball game. They do have two timeouts remaining. No, USF has got 3 with 1:09 on the clock. So St. Francis gets the ball back 1st and 10 at the USF 37-yard line. So here comes the offense out, and this points have been at a premium so far here today by both teams. Only touchdown of the ball game coming on a 6-yard Aaron Harris touchdown run at the 9:38 mark here of the second quarter. Concordia's had a pair of field goals for their 6 points. Now Ferrer, the corners drop off in coverage as Ferrer steps up on the pocket. Look, it screens the ball, and that one's too high. Look too hard also. Looking in the flats for P.J. Dean. That'll take the clock down to 1:04. A little bit reminiscent of Marion's strategy defensively, where the ends pinch in, coming quick. But Ferrer, a nice job of stepping up in the pocket, and a good job by the offensive line is not allowing that pressure from either side really to get to Ferrer till he was able to deliver the ball. But now it's 2nd down and 10. Kelsaw comes up in the slot to the near side. McDowell wide of him to the right. Ferrer again, short drop, looks, checks off, looks left, throws over the middle. He's got Nicodemus, cuts to the 40, and fouls straight ahead across the 45, carrying tacklers to the 46-yard line. We're inside 1 minute now at 53 seconds. Looks like St. Francis may, well, are they moving the chains? Part of the crew is moving, part isn't, and they call it a 1st down. And here we go. We're back to live action. Ferrer rolling to his right, buying time, looking. And he looked for McDowell this time. Tried to create a little separation inside the 30-yard line. Could not do it. Dove for the ball, but again, that was thrown low and away where McDowell was going to be the only person on the field that had a chance at it. That will stop the clock with 44 seconds remaining, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 from the USF 47-yard line. That was a little bit strange how the officials determined the Cougars had a 1st down. It looked like they were well short, but they moved the chains, and Burr had his team up to the line of scrimmage ready to run a play. Now with 44 seconds. He's ready, takes the snap again. Looks, throws over the middle, and that's one in right through the hands. A little bit wide of Seth Cody. Reached out with that 6'3" frame and that wingspan, but again, Ferrer muscled up on the ball and had a lot of steam on that throw, incomplete, and now it's 3rd down and 10. Clock down to 40 seconds. Cougars on 3rd downs last week. They were 10 of 19 against Siena Heights. For the year, they're 30 of 73 coming in for 41%. Ironically, that's the same percentage for the year as Concordia on 3rd down conversions. Trying to reach the 43-yard line. Cougars on this 3rd down snap. Long count the line of scrimmage. Ferrer gives the ball off on a draw, and they run right side. They've got the 1st down. Here's P.J. Dean inside the 35 to the 30-yard line and run out of bounds somewhere around the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 with 31 seconds remaining. The Cougars on the move here in the late going, trying to add to their 10-6 lead. Boy, the seas parted for P.J. Dean in a strong run off to his right. They'll mark it at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Cougars still with all 3 timeouts remaining. Trying to work the clock now, 31 seconds. Kelsaw on the slot to the left side, 2 wide either side. Nicodemus slot right. McDowell split wide of him. And Coat to the far side. Here's a quick throw, and that's high. McDowell fingertip reaches out. He's got it. That's inside the 25 to about the 23, perhaps. Again, we're blocked on the near sidelines by the players. We'll see where they put that ball down, and they do put it down at the 23-yard line. That's a quick gain of 5. It took only 4 seconds off the clock. 27 seconds remain. Coat wide to the left. He's got single coverage out there now. So Ferrer out of the pistol once again. Wants to throw again, looks right, checks off, and they've got him for a sack. They came from everywhere. Ball popped free, but down contact. That's a loss back to the 29-yard line. Clock is moving, still with 14 seconds, now down to 13, and it's still running. And apparently there is a timeout. Let's see if they're going to put some time back on the clock. So right now it shows 10 seconds. I got to believe there's going to be time put on the clock, and we'll check that when we return to Cardinal Stadium. 10-6 with a timeout. Cougars on top. And this is Cougar football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Diamonds, Cougars' best friend, and diamonds are forever. And since 1988, Peter Franklin has been bringing you the finest diamonds imported from overseas diamond cutters. Peter Franklin Jewelers. Jewelry created from concept to completion by our master goldsmiths on staff. Peter Franklin Jewelers, with 3 locations to serve you: New Haven, DuPont Road, and Angola. Remember, it's not just jewelry, it's Peter Franklin.
Well, the ball will be back at the 28-yard line. Nix this year has got a long field goal of 26 yards. Last year, a long of 35. I should say a long of 35 this year. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. Cougars could pick up a first down at about the 18-yard line. And they still, well, they're going to put 22 seconds on the clock. And the Cougars with still 2 timeouts remaining. Right now, though, you need 10 yards. Or at least a little bit close the distance for a chance for a Nix field goal. Ferrer pump fake, now pulls it down. Boy, Seth Coates held up on the route. It was a pump and go, but Seth stopped on the route, then tried to adjust. Now it's 4th down. Now do you bring Nix on for a long field goal, or do you try to run a play here with 17 seconds remaining? Kevin Downey is elected to keep the offense on the field from the 28. They've got to get to the 18. So a little miscommunication. You don't see that often between Ferrer and Coates. Kelsall's also out there in the slot to the left side. McDowell wide to the right. 2 safeties back for Concordia. Big play coming up. Ferrer trying to make a play. Looking to throw. Throws the ball. He's got Coates. Bobbled the ball. He was hit from behind and dropped it. And that's a 4th down stop. And Concordia stands tall. They'll get the ball back with 13 seconds remaining. And they'll take over at their own 28-yard line. So that is the 3rd 4th down stop we've had in this ball game. First one by the Cardinals. And I'm guessing that Failer will just take a knee and try to go into halftime with his team down just 10-6. But we'll see. You never know. They do drop Connor back in center field, back inside the 10-yard line. And looks like they will assume the victory formation right here. And that is going to be that. So Failer takes the knee. Final 10 seconds will tick away off the clock. And we are at halftime. We're just about to be there here at Cardinal Stadium. It's been a struggle. Somehow you knew what it was going to be. This is a team that beat Siena Heights 41-0 a few weeks ago on this field. And St. Francis has had to struggle to just a 10-6 lead here at the end of the first half. Cougars won the toss. They deferred. They'll get the ball to start the second half. And we'll see if this is the 3rd week now, if USF can come out with a little bit more consistency, able to finish drives in the second half. They really have struggled the last couple of weeks, first against Marion, and then last week at Siena Heights. 10-6, though, St. Francis with the lead at halftime. We'll be back with our halftime presentation after this 60-second timeout. This is Cougar football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
The Midwest goes by many names. The Heartland, the Corn Belt, the Crossroads of America. But for you, it has another, more important one. Home. It stands for the simple things. Family dinners, baseball games, and long country drives with the windows down. Bonfires, barbecues, and ice cream cones on a Sunday afternoon. And it stands for the values that make all of these things possible. You've built your life around Midwestern values. At Midwest America Federal Credit Union, we have too. That's why we've dedicated ourselves to supporting our members as they work toward their dreams. As your hometown financial partners, we offer practical, dependable service. And since 1936, hardworking families have trusted us to help them with their most important purchases, from mortgages to auto loans and everything in between. Midwest America Federal Credit Union, for your home, for your family.
All right, fans, back to your attention.
It's the halftime report with scores, stats, and insights. Here's Joe and the sports team.
We are back in Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's halftime, everybody. Glad you could join us as we take a look at the number 4 ranked University of St. Francis Cougars on the road today. Second week in a row they've been in the state of Michigan. And they scrambled to a 24-22 win last week against Siena Heights and had to play from behind here so far in this first half, but they've got the lead here at intermission at 10-6. Let's recap the scoring that we've had in this first half. After a fourth down stop against St. Francis, it was ball taken at the 30-yard line. That would lead to a 24-yard field goal. Check it, we've got the right scoring sheets. Let's get the right one out here today. You know, sometimes when you work on the road, you get too much information. But it would be Braden Bennett who would get the Concordia Cardinals on the road and underway with a 22-yard field goal. At the 9-11 mark, and that would make it a 3-0 lead. Cougars had a chance, but the bad snap prevented them from hitting from 21 yards out, went over the head of Sean Boswell. So it would be Concordia taking over the football. Eventually St. Francis would get it back. First quarter would end in a 3-0 Concordia lead. But Nix finally gunned one through from 24 yards out at the 11:26 mark of the second quarter. 3-3 tie. And then on the ensuing kickoff, recovered by the Cougars at the 42-yard line of the Cardinals. That would lead to an Aaron Harris touchdown run of 6 yards. And just great individual effort and determination by Aaron Harris. Looked like he was stacked up at the 5-yard line, but just kept his balance, kept the legs turning, and broke it off to the right side, going to the right corner of the end zone at the 9:38 mark. Nix with the extra point to make it 10-3. And Bennett would come back with a field goal from 38 yards at the 5:18 mark to make it 10-6. Cougars had a chance once again. They had the ball down inside the 25-yard line. Penalty moved them back, and on fourth down, Seth Coate unable to handle a pass. So it was a fourth down stop. And Concordia would take over, and they would just run out the time in the first half. That's where we stand right now in a 10-6 ball game. We will take another timeout, and we'll be back with more of our halftime presentation here from Ann Arbor. 10-6 at the break. This is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana. Back in Ann Arbor, Michigan, I'm Joe Parson. It's halftime. Let's take a look at some of the numbers of this first half. As far as total yardage, the Cougars with 192. That includes passing and rushing, compared to 170 for Concordia. Cougars with 21 net yards rushing compared to 133 on the ground. And that's a lot of Joe Connor in that first half. Cougars, though, with 171 through the air compared to 37 by Concordia. Some of the individual numbers, let's take a look on third down conversions. Cougars were 5 of 9 in that first half. Concordia, 4 of 8. Neither team with a conversion on fourth down. Both teams were 0 for 2. Now for some of the individual numbers. We mentioned Joe Connor, that sophomore running back for Concordia, 9 carries for 53 yards. They have a net 133 as a team on the ground so far. No rushing touchdowns. Thaler with 9 carries for net 41. And Herman Mason, Ashton Gray also with 3 carries apiece, 13 and 12 yards respectively. Thaler through the air, 5 of 12 for 37 yards. He's been sacked once. As far as the receivers, Roderick Daly, and that was very early in the ball game with 3 catches for 37 yards, a long of 22. Dante DeSalle has 1 for negative yardage. As far as the numbers for St. Francis, running the football, Justin Green, 7 carries for 26 yards. P.J. Dean has got 1 for 25. And Aaron Harris, the 1 carry, good for 6 yards and a touchdown. Ferrer has carried the ball twice on sacks. He's lost yardage. And Ryan Nix on that broken play, lost 29 trying to cover up on a snap that went over everybody's head. As far as the passing for Ferrer, 13 of 26 for 50%, 171 through the air, long of 33 yards. He does not have a passing touchdown, and Ferrer with 1 sack. Receiving, Seth Coates got 3 for 61, a long of 33. Monty McDowell, 3 catches, 13 yards. 7 different receivers used by Ferrer in the first half. McDowell, 3 for 13. Justin Green, 2 for 24. Sean Boswell had 2 catches for 20 yards. Kelso, 1 for 25. P.J. Dean, 1 for 18. And Nicodemus, 1 for 10. Spitnail has punted once in the ball game for 35 yards. Concordia has not punted so far today. Holshoe has 1 punt return for Concordia, 3 yards. And Brian Hudson, 1 kick return for 18 yards. As far as kickoffs, Justin Green with 2 kickoff returns for a total of 59 yards. He had a long of 37. And Nix, 1 of 2. Well, really just the 1 real attempt for a 23-yard field goal. They correct that amount, that distance, 23 yards. And Bennett with field goals of 22 and 38. We had that one right. Let's take a look at some of the defensive numbers now. Yeah, we'll have to find that on a separate sheet. Let's all-purpose yardage. Joe Connor with 53 all-purpose yards. Roderick Daly with 46 for the Concordia Cardinals. Justin Green with 109. 26 on the ground, 24 receiving, and 59 kick return yards. Now he has an opportunity to take a look at some of those defensive numbers. Cougars have got to 1 sack, a half each. Hemmelgarn and Shackelford, by the way, share the sack. They have 1 fumble recovery. That was by Vito Tupea. And as far as Concordia, 1 sack. That one by Jay Koski. And they do not have a fumble recovery. They've got tackles for loss. 1 by Koski and a half tackle for loss by Josh Berry and Tom Ildis. As far as tackles for loss for St. Francis, they have a half a tackle for loss each by Pearson Harnish, Wilmer Cole, Spencer Coward. And add to that also Marcus Stepp along with Nishan Lewis. And 1 more, Hemmelgarden also with a half a tackle for loss. And Shackelford has got 2 tackles, half for loss. Half a sack and 1 tackle for loss. 1 quarterback hurry by Lucas Sparks. Leading tackler in the ball game, Pearson Harnish with 8 tackles totally. Wilmer Cole's got 7, Spencer Coward with 6. For Concordia, Nick Holshoe's got 6 to lead the way for the Cardinals. Raheem Hill with 4. Andrew O'Hara has got 4. And that will be about it for the numbers here at halftime. Specialists beginning to come out. We're waiting for Cougar coach Kevin Downley to come back out with his team to start the second half. We'll take another 1-minute timeout, and we'll be back getting ready for the halftime interview here in Ann Arbor. 10-6, Cougars holding on to a lead of 4. And we'll be back. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Life is a journey to God. We stumble, we get lost, we lose the light. The best way to navigate the journey is turning to the Catholic faith. Our daily life of spouse, children, neighbors, the stress of work and worry often lead us away from Christ. Whatever your trials, temptations, or tribulations, the Catholic faith is here. You can find the message of hope, trust, and conversion right here on Redeemer Radio. Welcome home to your family of faith.
Programming on Redeemer Radio is underwritten in part by Bob Busher Homes. Floor plan customization is what they specialize in. Find floor plans, building sites, and read Bob's story on the web at bobbusherhomes.com. Bob Busher Homes is locally owned with offices in Fort Wayne and Angola. For more information about new home building or remodeling, Bob Busher Homes can be reached at 260-490-3355.
Waiting for the teams to come out. Now some of the linemen beginning to approach for USF. They won the toss, deferred. They'll get the ball to start the second half in this 10-6 St. Francis lead. Wanted to take a look back to the last game between these two teams. That was a year ago, October 17th, 2015 at Darcy Stadium. Cougars ended up won that ball game 48-7. Cougars last played here on this field in 2014. They had the field turf, but didn't have a press box. So we worked the game from the sidelines. USF went on to win that game 2 years ago, 30-14. But last year, looking at the Cougars had 500 yards of total offense. Ferrer through the air threw 4 touchdown passes. Cote led everybody with 7 catches, 148 yards, 1 touchdown. Boswell also at 1 touchdown in the game. Tyler Failer played a lot. He was just 1 for 6. They started Seth Suda. He was 7 of 12 through the air. He's been lost for the rest of the year with a broken foot. He did throw for 118 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked twice. But their defense, pretty good again last year. Linebacker Andrew O'Hara had 13 tackles. Nick Hulshoe with 8, 1 for loss, a couple of passes broken up. And Hunter Cox with 3 tackles, 1 for loss, and he registered 1 sack. Defensively for St. Francis a year ago, they had 9 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 6 quarterback hurries. Pearson Harnish with 10 tackles on the day. Matt Muncie had 6. Defensive end Lucas Sparks with 5 tackles, 1.5 for loss. He brought down Cardinal quarterbacks for 2 sacks, and Cam Shackelford also with 1 sack on the day. I want to remind everybody, Bishop Luers High School, a Catholic educational community that instills in each student dignity, integrity, respect, and responsibility. Catch the Luers spirit at www.bishopluers.org. Other games we mentioned going on elsewhere in the MSFA. Number 1 ranked Marion. They're home today down in Indianapolis, hosting Lindenwood Belleville and Dale Carlson's team. Meanwhile, Taylor also hosting Siena Heights. Saints trying to bounce back from that 24-22 loss at home last week to St. Francis. And Missouri Baptist on the road. They're playing at Olivet Nazarene against the Tigers. Cougars do come home next Saturday. On the 22nd of October, Robert Morris, the Eagles, will be in town to face the Cougars. That'll be a 12 noon kickoff at Darcy Stadium. Our pregame on Redeemer Radio will begin at 11:45 a.m. Still about 5 minutes to go here before the start of the second half in this 10-6 ball game. And we're hoping that Bill Scott will get a chance to chat with Coach Kevin Donnelly coming out here shortly. And we'll try to bring you that report as well. Clouds have moved in a little bit, still partly sunny here. 66 degrees at kickoff. And they said the temperature would reach into the 70s here before we left the air. And see a lot of shirt sleeves in evidence, so very nice fall football Saturday in Ann Arbor. I think 2 years ago we were here. And the University of Michigan campus is not that far away from where we are. We saw all the blimps, and it was really funny when we told people, well, the Cougars are going to Michigan and to Ann Arbor. Everybody assumed, oh, you're going to play against U of M? Not exactly. Just a little bit on the outskirts of Ann Arbor here. Beautiful campus. They've really come a long way, not just with their football program proficiency, but a beautiful campus it is. Very scenic, and now with the press box and really a great facility here to work the games with the game of football. And a lot of credit to Lonnie Priest in his fourth year, I should say. Cougars are 5-0 lifetime against Concordia, but as you can tell today, they have really come a long way with the development of their football program. And we see some of the coaches coming out, now some of the players, and as soon as we get a chance, we'll see if we can pick up Bill Scott down on the field. Here comes the coach out. And we'll see if we can find Bill down on the field and see if we can get some comments. Try to open up this window a little bit more. So coach walking out very slowly onto the field. And we'll see if we can find Bill Scott with a couple of halftime comments from Coach Kevin Donnelly. There we see Bill Scott coming out slowly. He's looking for the coach. And as soon as they meet, we'll go down and see if we can pick up Bill in the halftime comments from Coach Donnelly. Here's Bill Scott.
Okay, Joe, I'm here with Coach Donnelly. A tough first half, but we still got the lead. Thoughts about the first half, what you want to do in the second half?
Good slugfest. You know, two great teams knocking it around here. We got to relax on offense, play pitch and catch. We got to wrap up and tackle on defense.
Simple as that. Thank you, Coach. Okay, Joe, it's winds picked up down here. It's still out of the southwest, I believe, but I would say it's in the 15-mile-per-hour range, so that may play a factor here in the second half. Back to you.
I would guess you're right. Thank you very much, Bill Scott, down on the field with Coach Kevin Donnelly. And he always sums things up very succinctly and just gets it down to brass tacks. You got to wrap up, you got to tackle, and you've got to make catches. And the Cougars will try to do that here in the second half. Wanted to take a look at penalties in the first half. And we'll find them here somewhere. Penalties, the Cougars had 4 for 40 yards. Concordia penalized just once for 10 yards in that first half. So 192 yards total offense for St. Francis in the first half compared to 170. Concordia had its best effort on the ground, and the Cougars with their better effort through the air, as they had of their 192 yards, 171 of that came through passes. So we get ready now to start this second half. Cougars will get the ball to start things off. We're going to try to mess with our equipment once again and make another one of these little subtle changes that you hope work out. And we will see if that keeps us on the air. Apparently it is. Keep your fingers crossed. Bill Scott said that the wind appears to be picking up a little bit. In fact, we saw the weather forecast started just about 10 miles an hour out of the south-southwest and expected to kick up to about 14, 15 miles an hour, and it appears that is exactly going to be the case. So the officials coming out, and we're just about ready to get this one underway now in the second half. Trying to get our notes prepared. Concordia, they are en masse encircling head coach Lonnie Praise. And the first couple of minutes of the second half, always very key. Remember, Justin Green had a very good kickoff return. I think they said that was 37 yards by Green on the first kickoff return opportunity by St. Francis. And we will see St. Francis will have the first opportunity. They will be going against the wind, though, from left to right. And Green will be back in kick return, hoping for a great opportunity. So Concordia will kick it away from right to left, and we're just about ready to get this one. They reset the clock at 15 minutes. 10-6 is our score. Now Concordia's got their kickoff team grouped up, huddled up, and now the official says, guys, we're ready to play football. 10-6 our score. Cougars get home next Saturday against Robert Morris, and Concordia's got Taylor here next Saturday. Green will be looking into the sun somewhat, waits back inside the 5. So this will be a wind-aided kickoff by Concordia. Crowd coming alive, big crowd on hand once again. All the visitors and home on the same side, which can be interesting depending on the opponent and the rivalry. Now they're ready. And here comes the kick. And it is end over end down the middle and into the end zone. And Green can only get one hand on that. About 8-9 yards deep to the end zone. The Cougars will start 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line on the touchback. So here come the Cougars offensively onto the field. Their lead is 10-6. The only touchdown by either team on a 6-yard rushing touchdown by Aaron Harris. Other than that, offset field goals, 2 of them by Braden Bennett of Concordia and 1 by Ryan Nix. So McDowell comes onto the field, joined by Akeem Kelsaw there to the near side. And Coat wide to the left. And we're ready for the first snap of the second half. Here's Ferrer, ready to put the ball into play. Looks to hand it off to Green. Green cuts up the middle's got running room into the second level. And all the way across the 35 to the 40-yard line, Justin Green. Good blocking scheme up front. Went through the B-gap to the left side. And Justin Green with one of his better runs of the day. Brings it out to the 40, just across the 40, short of the 41-yard line. So the Cougars with a good play on their first snap from scrimmage. Improving field position now just short of midfield. 2 wide to the right. They'll go to Green again. Looking for running room. Cuts it off to the left. Looking. Turns the corner at the 45. Ankles out of bounds up around the 46. We'll see where he did step out of bounds. Official's going to mark him back at the 45. That'll be a pickup of 3. And I'll make it 4. And bring up a 2nd down and 6 call coming up for St. Francis. 2 snaps and 2 runs by Justin Green. Last week against Siena Heights, 16 carries for 72 yards, averaged 4.5 yards a carry. Now McDowell on 2nd and 6, wide to the right. And Ferrer, will he go to Green once again? Gegner on the wing to the left side. And now here's a quick screen coming, and Kelsall's got it to the 45-50. He's got a first down, lowers the shoulder, lowers the boom, carries it into Concordia territory down to their 43-yard line. Raheem Hill came up and made the stop, but Kelsall delivered as much of a blow as he received. And the Cougars in this drive, their 2nd first down already. And they're at the Concordia 43-yard line. But the question after the last 2 weeks is, can they finish and punch it into the end zone? They never scored in the second half against Marion after a lead. And last week it took a winning field goal. Now Gegner, a little motion to the left side. Stretch handoff. Here's Green. Starts right, cuts left at the 40-35. Looks for a block. Got it at the 30. And he'll step out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. And Justin Green, elusive running and reading the blocking scheme expertly. And he's got the 3rd first down for USF. They're going to move that ball to the 23-yard line is where they set it down. 1st and 10 for St. Francis. So 1 screen pass and sandwich ground. 3 Justin Green runs. Code in wide to the left side. Got to be aware of the wind now against you. They come up in press coverage against Seth Coate. Here's Ferrer, gives to Green again. Off tackle to the left side. Busted inside the 20, down close to the 16-yard line. They may say the knee hit back around the 17. But again, that's going to be a good gain on first down. 5 yards by Justin Green. Well, he started to check out of the ball game, and now he will be replaced by P.J. Dean. Dean for Green. 2nd down and 5. Now they're going to move that ball back to the 18-yard line. It is 2nd down and 5. Kelsall still in the slot to the right side. Split wide of him, McDowell. And Ferrer looks to, play action fake. Screens the balls. Got Gegner. Gegner fighting for the first down stick. It brings it back inside the 15. Got it down to about the 14-yard line. And that should be enough for the first down. Now it's P.J. Dean actually in there. They've got, that was actually Gegner, though, on the catch. 87, not 37, but Gegner now does leave the ball game. And Nicodemus will check into the backfield. And Aaron Harris does come into the game now. It was short of the first down at the 14. It'll be 3rd down and a yard. Nicodemus, halfback to the right. Harris is the fullback. And they'll look to Nicodemus, angles, and he's upended inside. He's got the first down, I believe. Well, he needed a yard and went airborne, and they're still trying to knock the ball away. It was Zach Minardo who was getting up, and one of the Cardinals reached out for him, and Zach just raised both palms. They're going to say close enough for a measurement. So our referee is Dave Van Cirksum, and we'll wait while they bring out the change. It looked to be no question that Nicodemus went airborne and had the first down, but they'll bring out the chains. And let's see where they do mark that, and it is first down. Hoping to hear that call, but referee never made the call, just indicated move the chains. So at the 13-yard line, 1st and 10. Cougars could pick up a first down at the 3 without scoring. Cougars work from the left side hash mark, trying to add to that 10-6 lead. They go to Aaron Harris, off tackle run to the 10, and spun around. As he reached the 6-yard line, let's see if they're going to give him any more. Looks like the officials will mark him down right at the 6. That's a good carry by Aaron Harris. And they'll mark that ball at the 7, actually. So call it a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Cougars emphasizing the run game in this series, taking that opening kickoff. The only pass they've attempted was on a screen. Ferrer out of the pistol once again. And looks he's got motion to Keem Kelsaw. And they'll run the ball. Harris in the middle. Got inside the 5, late action, trying to get into the end zone. He worked off to the right side, is brought down for a first down, just short of the goal line. So a good job as St. Francis now knocking on the door, trying to pick up their 2nd touchdown of the ball game. Aaron Harris had the first one. Sean Boswell now checks into the game for St. Francis. It'll be 1st and goal from inside the 1. Nicodemus and Harris are the running backs for St. Francis. Under center is Ferrer, and they won't get it. That time they came through with Holshoe on a safety blitz, and they knocked down Harris back around the 5. So no forward surge that time. They'll mark the ball at the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. That's a loss of about 3 yards. Now what will Kevin Donnelly try to come up with now? Flag, American flag, just about straight out of the southwest with the wind. Cougars have played cautiously, not trying to take a chance really with anything deep. Motion now by Boswell, and they'll give the ball to him as he runs into the end zone on the sweep. Sean Boswell, they handed the ball off to him, and that might have been ruled actually a pass. So to be officially a touchdown of 4 yards, we'll call it a pass, a little touch, flicker fleet type of play from Ferrer. Time of the score, 9:33. So that breaks a two-game problem, second half problem of St. Francis getting touchdowns, as they're on the board to stretch that lead now to 10. And Nix will come on to try to make it a 17-6 lead. Boswell now the hold. Right-footed kick is on the way. Certainly long enough and is good. So, impressive opening drive for St. Francis to start the second half. It is 17-6 with a stoppage down below. And we'll turn things back to the studios. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
You can help support your Catholic parish or school with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. You'll not only enjoy excellent personal service and save money with your new loan or credit card, you'll also be giving money back to the participating parish or school you care about. Let Notre Dame Federal Credit Union elevate all participating parishes or schools. Elevate can be reached at 844-230-6611 or visit us online at ndelevate.com. Independent from the university.
So the Cougars cash in on the 4-yard touchdown run at the 9:33 mark by Sean Boswell. And Cougars have got that little flip pass that Ferrer uses on the sweeps. And you can never always tell whether it's a handoff or just a little flick of a pass. But we do know that Boswell got into the end zone to make it now a 17-6 lead. And now we'll see what Concordia can do to answer. They've had Herman Mason and Brian Hudson back in kick return earlier in the ball game. And here comes Nix to kick against the wind. High end over end. Wind is catching it. And it'll be caught inside the 10. And a return across the 15, 20. And out across the 25, about the 27, maybe the 28 is where the Cardinals will go to work offensively. But now they trail by 11 points here at home. There was a penalty thrown. Concordia only had one.
First down.
We a little slow on the trigger there. We missed that one from our referee Dave Van Serksum. But it is against the Cardinals. And that is going to move them back inside the 20-yard line. Knows the football will be just inside the Concordia 15. So Tyler Failer comes back out now. Start this second half. Baylor was 5 of 12 through the air for 37 yards, no touchdowns, sacked once. And it looks like they've got Joe Connor back in there as the running back, flanked to the left side. Shotgun formation, play action fake. Here's Failer throwing over the middle. He's got a man, and that ball is caught. Across the 35 and 37. That's a good job by Roderick Daly. Daly actually hit on the play, but held on. He's just a little guy, 5'9", 165, a sophomore. Got sandwiched by a hit, but held on to the ball. That's a big play for the Cardinals. They're out 1st and 10 to their own 37. Michael Blosser checks in now as a tight end. He's tight to the right side. Connor, let's see if they give the ball to him now, improving field position now. And there's a fumbled ball. Failer picked it up and scrambles for a forward gain. Pearson Harnish on the stop. They'll bring it out to the 39-yard line.
Brought down by Cougar 54.
Well, that one was almost disastrous for Concordia as the snap was bobbled high in the air, but grabbed by Failer, and then he reacted, running it upfield for a gain of a couple. Call it 2nd down and 8. New wide out to the left side. That's Andrew Schrader. And here we go, 2nd down and long. A little motion by Blosser now to the near side. As Failer looks right, humps it down, throws over in, and that one's incomplete. Cougars had that one well bracketed as Marcus stepped actually in front of the would-be receiver. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for Concordia, trying to reach their own 47-yard line on this snap. On 3rd downs, they were 4 of 8 to 50% in the first half. They'll bring in Dante DeSalle once again as a wideout to the short side. 2 wide either side of the field. They've got to get out to their own 47. Cougars coming on a blitz. And here's Failer. They've got him for a sack back around the 34-yard line. Pinching in. Step was there again. Lucas Sparks also. And joined by Kristen Johnson. So a trio of silver helmets were there. And the loss, a big sack. And it'll bring up 4th down and even longer. Concordia did not punt in the first half. Andrew O'Hara with 3 punts in Chicago last week. He had a long of 53 and averaged 47.7. Rush is coming. They've got a block. And that was taken in by Gaston for a touchdown. So the touchdown, and I want to give credit here to the right guy. I think the block was Vito Tupea, but Gaston picks it up, scrambles in for a 15-yard return, and the Cougars extend their lead to 23-6. Let's give credit to Vito as he came in there. Vito Tupea to block the punt, picked up by Gaston. And unofficially 15-yard return at the 7:40 mark. And the Cougars on the board with their defense to extend the lead out now to 23-6. And what a difference in the second half today compared to the last 2 weeks. Now Nix comes on to attempt the extra point. Right-footed kick is on the way by Ryan Nix on the way, and that is good. So the Cougars add to their lead. And now they'll lead it by 18 points here on the road with 7:40 remaining in the quarter. 24-6 with a timeout. And we'll be back to Ann Arbor, Michigan after this. This is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Readings and Reflections will soon become Redeemer Reflections. We're proud to continue partnering with our local priests and deacons to bring you meditations on the daily Mass readings, now airing regularly throughout the day, during a morning drive, at midday, on your way home from work or school. Can't make it to Mass? Need an extra chance to reflect? Listen for Redeemer Reflections weekdays at midday and during drive times or anytime online at redeemerradio.com.
If you were with us for the pregame interview asking Coach Kevin Donnelly, kind of kidding him a little bit. I said, after the last 2 weeks and the frustrations of not being able to finish, do you need to adjust your halftime motivational speech? He shook his head, no, it's not about speeches. It's just about the dedication and the execution to get things done. I'm going to have to ask him what he said at halftime today, because a different-looking Cougar team out there so far in this second half, but a long way to go still in this one. Nick's ready to kick it away once again, and they try to go onside, and a scramble for the ball, free, and the Cougars think they've got it at their own 48, and they do. So Kevin Donnelly rolling the dice. We're seeing everything today. Block punts, and we do have a Cougar down. Hopefully that's just a case of getting the wind knocked out. I think that's Gaston getting up slowly. Not sure if he recovered the punt, but the Cougars have got it at their own 49-yard line. So they went onside, and they recovered it at the USF 49-yard line. And we are seeing it all here today by the Cougars. Started in the second half with a Sean Boswell touchdown, followed by a Gaston recovery after the block punt by Tupea, getting into the end zone, and now the onside recovery at the USF 49. Cougars trying to deliver a message, the fourth-ranked team in NAIA, that they have recovered from their woes of the last two games in the second half. Ferrer now checks that Cardinal defense, hands the ball. There's Green looking for running room. Starts left, now breaks it up the middle. Got it across midfield, maybe a yard deep into Concordia territory. That'll be a tough 2 yards gain for Justin Green. Clock now inside of 7.5 minutes, time remaining in this third quarter. Cougars trying to raise their record to 6-1 and also, just importantly, go 4-1 in the Mid-East League. Second down and 8. Working from just inside the left side hash mark. As Ferrer now looking, stretch handoff again. There's Green looking for running room and breaks out of a tackle, and he's got the first down inside the 40 to the 39. So Concordia now missing some tackles. As Green with a head of steam, stepping out of a tackle, and looked like one of the Concordia players a little bit slow getting up. Another first down for USF. Rocky James onto the field now for St. Francis. Kelsaw stays out there. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 39. Cougars trying to feed off that onside kick recovery. Too wide to the right side. Ferrer, they've really emphasized the run game. Play action fake. Ferrer wants to throw. Looks over the middle. And in and out of the hands. That was right through the outstretched hands of Akeem Kelsaw. Little crossing pattern. Went down and then hooked to his left at about the 25-yard line, but he couldn't find the handle on that one. Pretty good defensive coverage there. Ferrer was trying to feather it in to the outside. Now Coate checks out of the game. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Nate Carson has come in, and he's wide to the short side to the left. Nicodemus also in the slot there, and too wide to the right. Well, the Cougars players jumping up and down. There's a draw play. They give it to Green, breaks it to the outside, and scrambles for another first down inside the 30. They had him stopped after the handoff at the 40, and he just picked up, broke it out to the outside, and scrambles down inside the 30-yard line, and they'll move the chains yet again. So Justin Green able to adjust and compensate when there was no hole between guard and tackle off the left side. Clock inside 6.5 minutes here in this third quarter. Cougars with a 24-6 lead, trying to add. Carson stays in wide to the left. Rocky James wide right. Kelsaw's in the slot to the right side. And Ferrer with the handoff again. No, he wants to throw the ball. Got rid of it quickly. Nicodemus and carries tacklers for yet another first down. Inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Ferrer got nailed after he released that ball. Had to get rid of it in a hurry. I don't know if that was O'Hara that came and delivered the bloom. Might have been Holshoe. But the Cougars have got a first down, first and 10 at the 17-yard line. On the march once again inside the red zone. They'll stay with the same set. Kelsaw and James wide to the right. And here's Ferrer with the handoff, looking at P.J. Dean. Wants to go off tackle left side. Cuts to the 15 and got close to the 10 before he stepped out of bounds. Suddenly, the Cougars are getting a very good ability to go off tackle in this game in the second half. That'll be a gain of about 6. So it'll bring up second down and 4. Let's see if P.J. Dean stays in there as the running back. He does. Kelsaw also out there. Play clock is at 13. Cougars were still huddled up. Coda's back in, wide to the left side. And Nicodemus up on the wing to the left side. And now they've got P.J. Dean as the running back. The pressure's picked up. Here's Ferrer scrambling to his left. Got to get rid of the ball. Throws the ball, trying to get it up. And there's the catch for a touchdown. That was Nicodemus, or is it Coach? So, touchdown on the board for the Cougars. That'll make it 30-6. That was Seth Coate on the catch. So Ferrer, who took against the pressure, flushed out of the pocket to his left, but threw it as really lifted it up. A good job because the defenders, 3 defenders between him and Coate. But at 6'3", Coate able to go up and grab it for the touchdown. And now the extra point by Nix is on the way, and that is good. And an explosion of points by USF in the second half on the board again. Remember, it was just 10-6 at halftime. Now it's still 4:59 remaining in the quarter, 31-6 St. Francis. And we'll be back. We'll step out. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Spherion Staffing, locally owned by the Pentenberg family, excels in finding the best candidates for industrial, clerical, customer service, non-clinical healthcare, IT, and professional direct hire placements. Spherion clients are accustomed to getting the right employees at the right time, every time. Spherion Staffing supports the proud excellence of the Dwenger Saints and the Lures Knights, both on the field and in the classroom. Whether you are seeking your next career move or searching for great employees, call us at 260-496-9900 or visit us on the web at spherion.com/FTWayne.
So great job by St. Francis now in this second half as they drove the field to start the game in the second half. Got a touchdown from Boswell. Then a block punt by Tupea, picked up loose by Gaston, taking it into the end zone. Then they go onside, recover the kickoff, and that leads to a Ferrer to Seth Coate touchdown at the 4:59 mark. So the Cougars with 3 touchdowns now already in the second half, ready to kick it away, and it's high, end over end. The wind will catch it again. Mason, I believe, inside the 5 at the 3, looking to run wide to the left and trying to step out of a tackle, able to get across the 15, only up to about the 17, and now some pushing and shoving after the whistle. Looked like Ryan Johnson got involved with one of the some extracurriculars with the Cardinals out there, but no harm, no foul, and they'll put the ball down at the just outside the 18-yard line. That is where Tyler Failer and the Concordia offense go to work, but they've got to be a little bit deflated now. What was a 10-6 ball game now suddenly 31-6. Cougars showing blitz by the linebackers. Harnish up the middle. Now they back away. Play clock still shows 14. Failer may be changing the play call at the line of scrimmage. Connor is the running back, the one back lined up behind him. Baylor looking to Connor, read option. Here's Connor. Harnish stands him up at the 15, at the 20-yard line. Push him back. They'll give him a spot of the forward progress just across the 20-yard line. Joe Connor, we mentioned, a 6-foot sophomore, 205. He runs hard. He'll pick up 2 tough yards, 2nd down and 8. Now Alvarez back in. He's in a little bit of motion. They're going to flip-flop him tight to the right side. They'll set him up as kind of a wing back. Baylor again ready to take the snap. Coward coming on a blitz. There's Connor. Steps around one. He's got running room. Across the 30. Spins around to the 35. Up to the 37. As Deshaun Lewis, I believe it was, had to come over and make the tackle. But again, good, nifty running by Joe Connor up the middle of the field. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at their own, just short of their own 38-yard line. Baylor brings them up to the line of scrimmage once again. Motion by Daly. And they'll look on the read option. They'll run it up the middle for a short gain of a couple yards up to the 40. That's Connor again, 2nd straight carry. This time USF stops that. Spencer Cowherd getting up off the bottom of the pile. They'll mark that ball up at the just across the 40. Call it a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Clock approaching 3.5 minutes, time remaining in this 3rd quarter. Connor stays in as the running back. 2 wide to the left, motion out of that by Daly. Read option again, they'll screen the ball back to Daly near side. He's got a block and running her up to midfield. Now penalty flag thrown, that is going to go against Concordia. That'll be a hold on that block that freed up Rod Daly. Deshaun Lewis letting everybody know that's a penalty against the Cardinals, who had just 1 penalty in that first half, 1 for 10 yards.
And 2nd down.
Get a little slow on the trigger, apologize, trying to get our referee Dave Van Circusum with his call, but penalty will move the ball back to the 36-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 12. Really, Baylor with the win has really tried to use that so far with vertical passing. We saw the screen coming up, and he wants to throw here. Screens it, ball tipped in the air and nearly intercepted. That was Blake Blaker that was volleyballing the ball in to himself. Couldn't quite catch up to it. But that'll bring up 3rd down and 12. Cardinals were 4 of 8 on 3rd down conversion tries. They've got to reach their own 48 on this snap. Cougars now going to drop 4 back into deep coverage around the 45-yard line. Baylor with 2 wide to the right. And here's Baylor at the snap again. Short drop, looking to throw. Pressure's coming, throws over the middle. He's got a man out there, and that one's knocked away. Good coverage. And Sean Lewis had help from Wilmer Cole. So they were trying to go down deep. Trying to get that ball into the hands of Andrew Schroeder, but incomplete to bring up 4th down. And Concordia, who did not punt the ball in the first half, they'll have O'Hara back in there, punt for a 2nd time in the second half. Triple coverage now. He had the last one blocked. Steps into the kick. They were coming again, but this one off the side of his foot, short kick, takes a bounce inside the Cougar 40, out of bounds at about the 39, so USF will have very good field position to work with, and their lead with 2:54 remaining in this 3rd quarter is 31-6. It's a 25-point advantage after leading it just by 4 points at halftime, 10-6. So the Cougars feeling very good about themselves, about their scheme of things, and their execution. They put 21 points on the board here in the second half in this 3rd quarter. And still 2:54 remaining. Now 2 wide, spread offense either side of the field. The screen comes left side. That'll be a run after the catch across the 45 to about the 47. And I believe that was Gegner. Now a late penalty flag. And the referee's got, well, I tell you, you've got one upset Concordia player. Referee's Dave Van Zerksum. He will sort it out and see which way this penalty is going on. Cougars are backing up. But let's see which way.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 91, 15 yards from the end of the run, automatic first down.
That one goes against Concordia. So the personal foul and sportsmanlike conduct call. Nigel Madison is the culprit, 6'1" senior. That'll move the ball now. Knows the football just outside the 40-yard line of Concordia. 1st and 10. St. Francis on the march once again. Clock stop with 2:49 remaining here in this third quarter. Looks like the Cougars have got P.J. Dean back in there as the running back. They have run much more effectively in this second half. And Ferrer, they'll hand the ball off. Here's Dean, looks for a little bit of a hole and pushes the pile left side inside the 40, down to just a little bit inside the 38-yard line. Outside the 37 is where they're going to spot the football.
Brought down by number 42, Nick Holshoe.
Now they're going to move it back to the 38. Gain of 2 by Dean. 2nd down and 8. Ferrer looked over to the sideline. Wanted to see about the play being wagged in. We're about to reach the 2-minute mark. Time remaining in this third quarter. Code in wide to the right side. Kayvon Thompson has got the coverage on him. He's a 6-foot freshman, but they'll run the ball with P.J. Dean off tackle. Got a hole inside the 30-yard line, holding on down to the 28-yard line goes P.J. Dean. And another late penalty flag. Now pushing and shoving. And Cougars just trying to extricate themselves out of there. Dean holding his hands high. And again, maybe some frustration. Remember, this Concordia team was 2-0 unbeaten on this home field turf. But they have been burned by St. Francis in this second half for 3 touchdowns. Again, a referee with the penalty call.
Like conduct, defense number 1, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
That's Raheem Hill with the personal foul. So they'll move the ball down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line with 1:49 remaining on the clock here late in this third quarter. So let's see if the Cougars can cash in yet again in the second half with 21 points on the board already in this third quarter. And they will have 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line of Concordia. They'll spot that ball right in the middle of the field. Coat breaks out wide to the left side. Gaston has come in now on the wing to the right side. He has scored a touchdown after the block punt. Dean, the running back, offset to the left. Ferrer out of the shotgun formation right now. Now scoots up about a step, and he's got Gaston in motion. That they give the Dean. Counter run to the right, up the middle now. Angling to his right inside the 5, and got down inside the 3, perhaps to the 2. P.J. Dean that close to scoring the 4th Cougar touchdown of the second half. And they'll have another first down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Nose of the football just outside the Concordia 3. Clock is moving. Now with 1:16 to play here in this third quarter. Gaston stays in. Gegner's in there as well. Cougars still kind of huddled up now as they come up to the line of scrimmage with 11 on the play clock. Ferrer stretching his arms. He's got Dean flanked to his left. Play clock down to 3, down to 2. They'll run the play. Here's Dean up the middle, spins, trying to backpedal in the end zone. Did he get in? And he did. Touchdown run. P.J. Dean with the 4th Cougar touchdown of the third quarter with 51 seconds remaining. A touchdown run of 3 yards by P.J. Dean. Backpedaling into the end zone. That'll make it a 37-6 lead for St. Francis. Time of the score, 51 seconds. And whatever the woes were for St. Francis over the last couple of weeks in the second half, they have been erased with authority here today in Ann Arbor, Michigan. 4 touchdowns in this second half. And expanding what was a 10-6 lead. Nick's now trying to add the extra point, and he does. That'll make it 38-6. So St. Francis on cruise control right now with a timeout here in Ann Arbor, and we'll be back after this stoppage. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Hello, I'm Tom Steele with Tom Steele Tire and Auto Repair, a family-owned business for over 35 years. We carry all major brands of new tires, as well as a large selection of quality used tires to save you money. We do all types of auto repairs, be it brakes, alignment, or just fix your air conditioning. Tom Steele Tire, North Clinton or Illinois Road. Give us a try. You'll be glad you did.
Well, that P.J. Dean touchdown run, now Nick's with the extra point. And the lead suddenly is 32 points after a 4-point lead at halftime. St. Francis on top here at 38-6. And still 51 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
Well, now a 32-point lead.
Cougars ready to kick it away once again. Nix has gone onside already in the second half, recovered by St. Francis. Everything coming up sevens. Now a deep end-over-end kickoff. Wynn catching it again, comes down, fielded at the 9. Mason running to his left side, trying to run wide, turns the corner at the 20, 25, tripped up, he cartwheeled across the 30, and got it up to, that's Joe Connor back in the kick return. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at about their own 32-yard line. Still 43 ticks of the clock remaining in this third quarter. They will spot the ball right at the 32-yard line of Concordia.
The 32-yard line.
It's turned cloudy here today. Wind gusting at times. Bill Scott estimated around 15 miles an hour. And right now, Tyler Thayer, with the wind still, would be an aid for him in the final seconds of this third quarter. Looking to run the ball off. Here's Oakley back in there, reached the 35. Maybe another yard to the 36. We saw Oakley, Kyle Oakley, a 5'9" senior, earlier in the ball game. Started the day with just 73 rushing yards, but 55 of those came last week on 16 carries in Chicago against St. Xavier. He gains 4, second down and 6. Baylor now with 14 seconds remaining in the quarter. Wants to throw. The throws over the middle's got a catch. That's a dive trying to hold on to the ball, and they do it the 49. That's a good job by Herman Mason. Mason, the 6'2" sophomore, went down in the middle, right in the seam where he was able to sit down and catch that ball. We're down to 5 seconds. We're down to 3, 2, 1, and that will be the end of the third quarter. So St. Francis explosive in the third quarter, 4 touchdowns on the board, and from 10-6 they go up 38-6 with a timeout here in Ann Arbor. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Life is a journey to God. We stumble, we get lost, we lose the light. The best way to navigate the journey is turning to the Catholic faith. Our daily life of spouse, children, neighbors, the stress of work and worry often lead us away from Christ. Whatever your trials, temptations, or tribulations, the Catholic faith is here. You can find the message of hope, trust, and conversion right here on Redeemer Radio. Welcome home to your family of faith.
Cougars have not yielded a touchdown today to Concordia. They had to settle for a pair of field goals in the first half. 10-6 ball game at halftime, but the Cougars now with 28 points on the board here in the third quarter. And we will see as we head to this fourth quarter, 1st and 10 for Concordia, as they'll have the ball at their own 49-yard line. 1st and 10. Cougars with 2 safeties back now. Baylor working from left to right. Play action fake, wants to throw. The rush is coming. He evades that, now runs. And got running room off the left. 45 to the 40. Tripped up, got to the 38. Sean Lewis was there, joined by Marcus Stepp. It'll be good, though, for a scrambled conversion in 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at the Cougar 38-yard line. Baylor with 225 yards on the ground rushing coming in. He's pretty nimble of a foot. 1st and 10, too wide to the right. He really wanted to throw that ball, but the Cougars took that away and couldn't sack him. Now on the misdirection handoff, he'll run it again to the left side and gains a yard. That time he paid a price as USF nailed him. May have a yard gain down to the 37. Cam Shackelford credited with getting in on the stop. And now they show no gain with the ball still marked back around the 38-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Holman back there. Safety. And he's got some help. 2 safeties back for St. Francis on 2nd and long. Taylor motion left to right behind the line of scrimmage. Read option. They'll work this again, the sweep, but that is snuffed out. Gain to the 35. Lucas Sparks in on that stop. They gave the ball on the sweep coming up there. That was Mike Blosser. Spot the ball. Nose of the football just outside the USF 35. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Play clock still at 18. Cardinals still looking to the near sidelines to what they want the offense to run. With our clock now inside 13.5 minutes time remaining in regulation. Rod Daly up in the slot to the left side. Mason comes in motion. And the read option again. And a straight ahead carry. But the Cougars stopped that at the 20, at the 34. And it's going to bring up a 4th down call. 4th and about 5. And when you're down by 32 at home, pretty much got to go for it at this point. They would need to reach the Cougar 28, just inside the 29. Ashton Gray will come into the game. Brings the play in with him as well. Davey will split wide to the left side up in the slot. 4th down and 6. And here it is. A roll to the left side by Feather. Throws the ball to the corner. He's got a man, and that's a catch. Are they going to put it bounds? They did inside the 10. Howard was trailing. Timed his leap, but he couldn't get a hold of it. And Daly was there to grab it before he stepped out of bounds. So it'll be 1st down and goal for Concordia inside the Cougar 10. That was a nice delivery of that ball by Tyler Feather. Rolling to his left side. Kind of throwing against the grain, but feathered it in to Roderick Daly, who was just going out of bounds just right before he caught that ball. They're going to spot it at the USF 9. 1st and goal at the 9. Let's see if they brought in Connor back as the running back. But here is a quarterback draw coming up to the left, and Feather knocked down at about the 7. They'll pick up a couple of yards. Eric Dutton pinched in there and made the play defensively. Clock already down, though approaching 11.5 minutes time remaining in regulation. 2nd and goal. Ball is actually spotted inside the 8-yard line. Concordia taking a lot of time now, 19 on the play clock, and they come up to the line of scrimmage. Ashton Gray is the running back. And Failer out of the pistol, ready to take the snap, wants to throw. Looks, pulls it down. Now trying to hand the ball off, rolls to his right, and they've got him sacked back outside the 15. Eric Himmelgarn came in there and finished the deal, sacking Tyler Failer for a big loss outside the 15-yard line. So big Eric Himmelgarn, who had 4 tackles, 2 for loss last week, and a couple of sacks at Siena Heights, a big one there. So it's 3rd and goal with the ball way back now at the 17-yard line. Well, they've got basically 2 plays to try to get it into the end zone. They're going to bring Rod Daly out of the game. No, he's back in. There he is, up in the slot to the left side. 2 wide either side of the field. Spread offense for the Cardinals. Cougars showing blitz defensive left side. Baylor drops the throw. He steps up, throws the ball, and that is incomplete. Boy, that was well bracketed by 3 Cougar defenders in the end zone. They were trying to go to Schrader, But that pass was off target, and now it's 4th down. They've had a pair of field goals only today. No touchdowns here at home. Now Gerard Lewis checks into the ball game, a 5'10 wide receiver. Oakley comes out of the game, or Ashton Gray, I should say. And Thaler needs a bunch right now, wanting to throw. The blitz is coming. He throws to the corner of the end zone, and that one's over everybody, incomplete. The 4th down bid is no good by Concordia. Cougars with their 3rd 4th down stop of the ball game. They will take over on downs at their own 17-yard line, preserving this 38-6 lead. So the defense stands tall, keeping Concordia out of the end zone, and now we'll see the offense trotting back on the field, and we'll see if we start to see any new numbers out there for St. Francis, as we have 10:21 remaining in regulation. Keegan Brugger is still coming out there along with Alex Wood, so the starting tackles remain the same, and basically now they'll go with Ferrer, and the running back behind him is Aaron Harris. And they will hand the ball to Harris, wanting to go off tackle to the right side, and not much there as he maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Right now, the clock, the ally of St. Francis, it will move inside of 10 minutes before this snap of the football, as Harris will pick up a yard out to the 18-yard line. Call it 2nd down and a short 9. Cougars again trying to run as much clock as they can. Play clock still at 18, and they remain huddled up. Coates back in. He's wide to the left, and he'll be joined out here on the near side in the slot by Keem Kelsaw. McDowell flanks out wide to the right. Here's Ferrer. They want to run the ball once again. Harris looking for running room, jumps to the middle and cross the 25, and there's a late penalty flag from the field judge here. He's about 30 yards away from the play and through the flag and almost into the pile. Good arm. Let's see if that one's going against St. Francis.
Wait to see who this flag is on.
Wait for our referee, Dave.
Holding. Offense number 34. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It remains 2nd down.
That's Jason Nicodemus whistled for the flag on a hold. So that will move them back. They'll spot the ball back at the 16-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 11. Clock stopped right now with 9:31 to play. And the Cougars again come up to the line of scrimmage. This time, Kelsaw and Coate wide to the right. That becomes the wide side of the field. Here's Ferrer, screens the ball, Nicodemus near side, works quickly across the 20, still driving across the 25. And used an elbow to clear out a little bit more. And he's almost up to about the 26, 27-yard line. Let's see where they marked him out of bounds. They'll spot it at the 26. 3rd down and a yard for St. Francis. Just trying to pick up 1st downs now.
26-yard line.
Harris stays in as the running back, but they'll keep Nicodemus in the goal line offense now. Just one wide out to the right side. Under center is Ferrer, hands the ball. Here's Harris angling to his right, and in the 40, 45, 50. Takes a look over his shoulder, 35, 30, 25, 20. Inside the 10 to the 5, and he can't finish it, but he's out of bounds inside the 5 at about the 2-yard line. Aaron Harris picking him up, needed a yard, and gets much, much more. That was from the 26. He picks up 70-plus yards on that jaunt. Concordia stacked up everybody trying to make the play at the point of attack, but Harris, once he was through, shows he's got pretty good speed. And out of bounds inside the 5, they'll set that ball down at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, St. Francis. Play clock already down to 7. The Cougars still huddled up. 38-6 our score with 8:39 remaining. And St. Francis is going to take a timeout, I believe, right now. Stoppage down on the field. And we'll be back to Ann Arbor, Michigan. St. Francis, impressive here in the second half, expanding from a 10-6 halftime lead now leading at 38-6. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
A clean office space. Okay, that's an easy choice, and choosing the right company to clean your business is easy too. Sioka's Professional Cleaning is the choice of a lot of Fort Wayne companies because of the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Sioka's does it with built-in check systems to make sure your business is cleaned beyond your expectations every time. First impressions are critical, so make sure yours is always the best with professional cleaning from Sioka's. The best people, the best service. 483-2112 or online at siokas.com.
Cougars will have the ball first and goal at the Concordia 3-yard line. We had to wonder, as St. Francis struggled today in the first half. Could not get a touchdown until late on an Aaron Harris touchdown run. And we were in a 3-3 tie into the second quarter. But what an adjustment by St. Francis in this second half with 4 touchdowns in the third quarter. And now knocking on the door potentially for a 5th touchdown in the second half. First and goal in the fourth quarter here with 8:37 remaining to be played. Justin Green comes in now as the running back. Gaston up on the wing to the right side. He comes in motion as Ferrer looks for Green. And in a foot race to the right corner looking for the pylon and got into the end zone. Now they're going to roll him out of bounds. He reached with the ball inside the pylon, but they say they only looked at the foot. And he's out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Now, a lot of times, Justin, and a lot of in college football, they'll just leave their feet and reach with that football to reach the inside of the pylon. But Justin felt he had enough of it to score. Instead, it'll be second and goal now from the 1-yard line. Gaston stays up on the wing to the right side, now moves into the slot. And McDowell is wide to the right. And they'll look again. There's some problems on, and it was Ferrer, I think, on the quarterback. And there's another penalty flag right in the middle. Let's see how they rule this. There's been no indication yet. It is a Cougar touchdown. Officially a touchdown run of 1 yard. That's a touchdown of
on the attempted point after 88, Ryan Mich.
See if we can get the call from our referee, Van Serksen.
Personal foul, number 12 of the defense. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Andrew O'Hara is charged with the personal foul. That'll be assessed on the kickoff. So Ferrer credited with a 1-yard touchdown run. So the Cougars with 4 touchdowns in the third quarter, now 1 more in this fourth quarter. The extra point by Nix is on the way and no good. Pushed it off to the left side. So that will leave it 44-6. And we'll take a break. We'll be back here to Ann Arbor. This is Cougar Football on the Road on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Hi, sports fans. Sean McBride here, inviting you to try the Barbershop experience. St. Joe Center Barbershop, located at the corner of St. Joe Center and Maple Crest, prides itself on professionalism, cleanliness, and a family-friendly atmosphere. In their 3rd generation of family ownership, they have a combined experience of over 125 years. Give them a call at 485-6981. It's my barbershop of choice. That's St. Joe Center Barbershop at 485-6981.
Well, the Cougars will head home buoyed by this second half performance so far today. 34 unanswered points in the second half, stretching out what was a 10-6 lead. Now it's 44-6. And Nix will kick it away from the 50-yard line. Gaston out there trying to fire up the special teams. It'll be interesting as we recap this second half. As Kevin Donnelly rolled the dice, we saw a lot of different things, including a onside kickoff return. This time a pooch kick going to the far side. That'll be bouncing high inside the 5, picked up at the 4. A return far side across the 15-yard line to the 16. And Concordia will go back to work offensively now with 8 minutes and 1 second remaining in this football game. Cougars home next Saturday against Robert Morris at 12 noon. Hope you can come on out to Darcy Stadium. And Concordia stays home here at Cardinal Stadium. They will take on Taylor. Now we are seeing some of the different numbers out there. Carlin Coleman comes out. He's a freshman defender. St. Francis is going to show 3 down linemen. And I believe that's Jamesich out there. We'll check. No, it's Matt Swartz has come out there as well. And let's see if we have a new quarterback in there. Is that going to be Tyler Failer still? I believe it is. Wants to throw. Rush is coming, and they've got him. And the ball pops free, and St. Francis had that for a moment. And let's see if they do have the ball at around the 19-yard line. Boy, someone came in from the right side and lowered the boom on Failer, and he just coughed up the ball, and St. Francis has got it again on the fumble recovery at about the 19-yard line. So if there was any doubt about some lingering malaise by St. Francis in the second half, that has been totally wiped out. It's getting up off the bottom of the pile. And that is Marcus Stepp. So they've got it at the Concordia 19. And Marcus Stepp, you've heard us mention his name a lot today. So USF now will have the ball. I think we're going to continue to see new numbers. Clay Cenarius will check in, the 6'4 freshman out of Michigan. P.J. Dean stays in as the running back. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line for USF. Cenarius in at quarterback, hands the ball to Dean, looking for a block, breaks it outside, and is short of the, there's a penalty now, short of the 10. And you would think that one's going against St. Francis to back them up, with still 7:46 remaining in regulation.
Ten yards from the spot of the foul. It remains first down.
Penalty goes against Charles Gaston on the hold. So that will move St. Francis back outside the 20 to the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 16, they say. Gaston stays in up on the slot to the left side. Nate Carson is in, wide left. And now Cenarius out of the pistol. And takes the ball, play action fake. He wants to throw. Looking right side, throw short, intercepted. That's picked off at the 18-yard line. So Cenarius threw it right to one of the Cardinals. And they'll get the ball back. So that interception, that's Ryan Honea, I believe, on the interception. So the Cardinals get the ball back 1st and 10 at their own. Yeah, they're going to mark that ball at the 17-yard line. Cardinals have not scored a touchdown today. They came in averaging at about 27 points a ball game, giving up league best third 20.7, but they've given up 44 here today at home. Failer pivots, rolls to his right, trying to throw the ball on the run. That's a catch, nice fingertip catch. Short of the 40-yard line. Catch was made by Dante DeSalle. He's a freshman, 176-pounder. So now, improving field position for the Cardinals. They've still got 7:20 on the clock remaining. Cardinals with all 3 timeouts left as Failer out of the pistol again, wants to throw again. Looking, throws the fade near side, and that one knocked away. Good defensive play that time, USF. And we'll get you the number on that. Shannon Swain. He had position and just swatted that ball away as it sailed a little bit on Failer. That'll stop the clock with 7:04 remaining and bring up 2nd down and 10. Michael Blosser stays in. And he will be tight to the right side. Baylor's got Kyle Oakley in as the running back, flanked to his left on this second down call. Shotgun formation, they hand the ball. And here comes Oakley looking for running room, can't find it. That one was well defended by St. Francis as getting possession was Blake Schumacher came up from his safety position. Played the run very well, limited to a 2-yard gain. And it'll be third down at 8. Cardinals trying to get out to their own 48, 47-yard line on this snap. Oakley stays in as the running back. Cougar corners come up in press coverage now. Swain on the near side. As Failer has got motion left to right behind the line of scrimmage. Looks on the read option, wants to throw off of that. Throws into a slot and missed an open receiver. Schumacher came up and lowered the boom. And now a late penalty flag. I'll tell you what, the line judge bought the crowd. Schumacher will draw it. There was no flag until the crowd got into it. Influenced the line judge, and he threw the flag. So it was going to bring up fourth down, but now that one will benefit Concordia with 6:16 on the clock. Well, what you'd like to see is a little bit more of an instantaneous. If it's there, you see it, throw the flag. Don't wait for the crowd to influence you.
A foul. Defense number 20. Late hit. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
They call it on Schumacher a late hit. That'll move the ball into Cougar territory at the 46. But again, that was well after the play when that flag was thrown. And you just hate to see a crowd influence a call, right or wrong. So 1st and 10 now. Cougars dropped 3 back deep, expecting Failer to try to go to the air once again. The final 6:16. Here's the blitz coming. Steps up, and they got him sacked. They're coming from the outside. Adam Moore's Drake DeMute also got in there. And now is that Failer down? No, Failer's on his feet. He's okay. I believe it's one of the blockers got rolled up on. And we're going to have a stoppage right here with 5:59 remaining. The loss will be back on the Concordia side of midfield to about the 46-yard line when we return to live action. But we'll keep things right here as they work on the injured player. See if we can get the glasses on. And that is going to be Gerard Lewis. They're helping him off the field. So Lewis putting no pressure at all on the lower extremities. But the loss back to the 46 brings up 2nd down and 18. Cougars, a lot of new numbers out there right now. Vito Tupe has had a big ball game. He's out there right now. Had a block punt. Set up Gaston for a return on that block for a touchdown. Now Failer stays out there. Ashton Gray is the running back. There was movement near side. That will cost him 5 more yards. As breaking out of the set was a Schrader. That'll move the ball back to the 41-yard line. Still 5:59 on the clock, but 2nd and 23 now. Swain comes up in press coverage once again. And so does Ryan Johnson, the right cornerback. Now they try to drop off right before the snap as Failer wants to throw. Looks, and they're coming again. They've got him sacked at the back of the 35-yard line. Give credit that time to James Jamesich, the ex-Carroll defensive star. Sacks Failer back around the 35. So more lost yardage for the Cardinals, back to their own 35-yard line. So it's 3rd down and 29. They would have to get all the way to the Cougar 36 Play clock at 17. They're going to flip-flop one of the wide receivers. Again, that's looks like Porter Gross who's come into the game. Now Thaler with a blitz coming up the middle once again. And looks to throw the middle. They've got a catch. That'll be only up to the 45-yard line. DeSalle on the catch. The Cougars closed quickly on that. Matt Muncie got in there, the share of the tackle. So 4th down. And it looks like O'Hara will come in to punt the ball away on 4th down. And still long, 4th and 18. O'Hara waiting back at his own 30-yard line. Low snap, got it away. High wobbly ball. Boswell rotating back, has got it at the 10. Wants to run with it. Stop and go, move to the right side. Tripped up, but still he's got his balance out to the 20. And still in bounds across the 22 and then knocked out of bounds. Sean Boswell. So St. Francis will send the offensive unit back out there. 4:25 remaining. Cenarius came in to run the offense the last time, got picked off. And we'll see. It is going to be Clay Cenarius out there once again. Kevin Donnelly wanting to try to establish a little confidence by the young freshman quarterback, 6'4". Remember, he's from Michigan. Cougars have got a couple of Michiganders as quarterbacks on their roster. They're both freshmen. Cenarius looking again, hand the ball off. Off tackle run, here's P.J. Dean. Cuts to the 25, brings it up across the 30. And up to about the 31, 32-yard line. P.J. thought he was close to a first down. He is close, but short. They'll mark that ball up at the 33. No, he did get the first down. P.J. Dean. They'll move the chains, 1st and 10. Clock moving inside of 4 minutes, time remaining in regulation. Big second half by the 4th-ranked Cougars here today on the road. Cenarius waiting to take the snap once again. Looks to hand it off. P.J. Dean trying to avoid one tackle. Straight arms another. Spun around. Still on his feet at the 31. Knocked down right there. Boy, they kept coming at him. P.J. Dean hustling, trying to break tackles. Did a couple of them. But now he'll check out of the ball game. And I think we're going to see Ryan Sonata in there. They will. So 2nd down and 10. Dean able to get back to the line of scrimmage with 3:18 remaining and the clock moving at 2nd and 10. Cougars tighten things up. A couple of wingbacks now. One wide to the right, the short side of the field. Cenarius has got motion out of that. Gives to Sonata. Sonata curls up the middle. Across the 35 and brings it out to about the 37-yard line. The Bishop Dwenger star from a couple of years ago. Actually started his collegiate career at Siena Heights and then transferred back home. He will gain about 5 yards. So Ryan Sonata on the carry. Gains 5. Clock continuing to move, approaching 2.5 minutes time remaining. Will Christman into the ball game, wide to the left. Now they've got a little motion off to the right side. Blitz, a zone blitz coming defensive right side by Concordia. But here is Sonata, and he's got the first down up to midfield and just pushes the pile down for another yard or two, maybe just to the 49. Let's see, the ball's sitting right at the 48 right now. Chris Smith, also a wing back, 230-pound freshman, seeing some action right now. Christman stays in. On the front line now, Anthony Wilkerson checks in, a 310-pound senior. 1st and 10. Exactly 2 minutes time remaining. Motion right to left. They'll give it off to Sonata again, looking for running room. Trying to turn the corner. Straight arms one, bumped out of bounds at the 46-yard line of Concordia. Sonata running hard here in the late going. He'll gain about 4. Ran out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:54 remaining. We will see if we're able to pick up any post-game interviews with Bill Scott down on the field. 1:54 remaining. And Cenarius sparking out the signals. Looks again to Sonata. Sonata straight ahead carry. After a stop, he moves forward and will bring it down to the 43-yard line. That's short of the first down stick, but keeps the clock moving. And it'll bring up third down and, let's call it a short 4. Now they move the down marker again, and it looks to be closer to third down and 3, trying to reach the 40-yard line of the Cardinals. Cenarius checking that Concordia defense. They feature 4 down linemen now. Looks to throw the ball, screens the ball near sides. Got a catch at the 40, and here's a gain down inside the 35-yard line as they screen the ball left side out to Duke Blackwell. So Blackwell with his first catch of the day. He's a freshman out of New Powell. Clock continuing to move now after they move the chains. We're approaching 1 minute time remaining. Blackwell stays in up on the wing to the right side. And a new wide out to the left. That will be Yanni Cooper. Little motion now right to left. They'll look to Sonato again. Curls up the middle, looking for running room. Lowers the shoulder. Brings it inside the 30 down to about the 29, maybe the 28. But running out of time here in Ann Arbor. We're down to 40 seconds. And we may have just one more snap of the football on second down and let's call it 5 coming up for St. Francis. Cenarius trotted over all the way to the sidelines, the Cougar sidelines. Clock is moving. We're down to 25 seconds, 18 on the play clock. So this is probably going to do it for this ball game. Sun breaking through here at Cardinal Stadium. And Cenarius looks, wants to throw, looking, drifting to his left, throws short. The catch is made. That's Blackwell inside the 15, out of bounds with 7 seconds remaining. Cougars will have one more snap, I believe. They'll move the chains on the first down. And now they're going to wind the clock. No, that's the play clock they're going to move. Now they do wind the clock. We're down to 5, and I don't think we're going to see another snap. Down to 2 seconds, and that is going to do it. Big second half effort by 4th-ranked St. Francis today on the road, and they come away with a 44-6 convincing win over a pretty good Concordia team that was 2-0 on this field and 4-1 overall. 44-6, the final. Teams will meet at midfield, and we'll see if we can catch Bill Scott down when we return to Ann Arbor. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM, Northeast Indiana.
Meet the Murphys and the Taylors. These neighbors both refinanced their homes to take advantage of a better interest rate and to lower their monthly payments. The Murphys used a big bank and spent their vacation money to pay $2,300 in closing costs. Meanwhile, the Taylors paid only $199 by choosing Midwest America's special 10-year refinance program and didn't need to use their vacation money. Looks like this year, the Murphys will be getting the Taylors mail while they're out of town. Find out about Midwest America's 10 and Done program, where you can own your home in just 10 years. Visit us online at MidwestAmerica.org for more details on this and other refinance options and first mortgages. You can also call or stop by to speak with a mortgage specialist at one of our branches located in Fort Wayne, New Haven, Columbia City, Decatur, and Huntington. Midwest America. Altogether better. An equal housing lender.
Now, with analysis of the game, what went right and what needs some work, let's go back to the stadium with the voice of the Cougars, Joe Parson, and the Redeemer Radio sports team.
Great second half.
Down, set the tone. Defense got back, made a couple special team plays too. So they're a good football team. They're going to beat some people, but thought we really had a great game today.
You might want to bottle that halftime speech you had there.
Yeah, I'm sure that did it.
Thanks, Coach Donnelly.
Let's see if Bill wants to try to get maybe any of the players down the whether it's going to be a team meeting. And I think that's going to do it. So we'll see if we can go back to Bill maybe. Let's recap the scoring real quick. This was a 10-6 ball game at halftime. Cougars did not get on the board in the first quarter. It was a field goal, 22-yard field goal by Bennett that gave Concordia an early 3-0 lead that stood up for all the first quarter. Cougars missed on a chance for a tying field goal from a 21-yard field goal attempt, but the ball on the long snap sailed over the head of both Sean Boswell and Ryan Nix. So it was 3-0. Nix finally came through with a 23-yard field goal at the 11:21 mark of the second quarter to tie the ball game. And then after a kickoff return, fumble recovery gave St. Francis possession at the Concordia 42. That would set up a 6-yard touchdown run by Aaron Harris. It was the first touchdown of the second quarter by either team and gave St. Francis a 10-3 lead. Bennett would hit again from 38 yards before halftime, 10-6 at halftime as the teams had a couple of respected fourth down stops. But in the third quarter, St. Francis broke free of their malaise that we've seen the last couple of weeks. Little touch pass from Ferrer to Boswell set up a 4-yard, 9:33 score touchdown. Nix added the extra point to make at 17-6. Then the Cougars went onside with a kickoff. They recovered. It was actually a block punt by Beto Tupea, and Gaston picked up the loose ball, scrambled 15 yards into the end zone. Nix with the extra point to make it 24-6. Then they went onside, recovered the kick at the 49 of St. Francis. That would lead to a Seth Coate touchdown catch at the 4:59 mark, followed up by a P.J. Dean touchdown run of 3 yards with under a minute remaining. And it was 38-10 Cougars at the end of 3 quarters. They would get a Ferrer 1-yard touchdown run at the 8:06 mark, 44-6 the final here this evening, as let's again look to try to go down and see if we can pick up Bill Scott, as he is turning a photographer right now. Let's see if he's got the ability to get into the huddle and maybe talk to Nick Ferrer, who is talking. Let's go down and tune in. Coach Donnelly right now talking to a trio of his players, including Nick Ferrer. So we'll see if we can get privy to what's being discussed down there. Conversation continues, and I'm sure Bill Scott's trying to use some discretion before he sticks a microphone in there. You never know what you're going to get in these kind of conversations between coaches and players. But obviously Coach Donnelly's got to be very, very happy with what he saw here today. Let's go down to Bill.
And Nick Ferrer, great second half for you guys all around. Offense, defense, special teams, just a great in every phase. Talk about it a little bit.
Just a great team win. Special teams play there, Chuck, and then blocking that punt. And those are the type of plays that we have, and then we build on that momentum offensively, and then defensively builds on that, and just all three phases of the game really clicking, and it was it's a great team win. So,
could you feel something different was going to happen in the second half?
I knew that we wanted to come out better in the second half than we did the last couple games. I think last couple games we kind of come out flat, and if anything, you never want to come out flat in the second half for sure. So we want to be known as a second half team. And I think that's what we did today, and it really showed out there. So we ran the ball effectively. Offensive line did a great job with that, and they got fired up. And, we really took it to them, and defense made stops, and special teams made plays as well. So.
What you guys do differently on offensive line? Better in the second half.
I thought we just kind of stuck with the run game a little bit more, and it just started working. When you give these backs a chance, they're going to do good things. So just kind of stuck with it, and we were able to pull through there.
All right, congratulations,
Thank you,
gentlemen. Way to go.
Bill Scott down.
Back to you, Joe. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Bill Scott down on the field with Nick Ferrer and Brian Gagner, a big part of that offensive surge. He's the starting center, 6'3" senior, that open up holes for an improved running game. Very impressive in the second half for St. Francis. They win it by a final score 44-6. Reminder, the Cougars coming home. They'll be at Darcy Stadium next Saturday, 12 noon, taking on the Robert Morris University Eagles. Hope you can come out. If you can't, catch us on Redeemer Radio. Pregame starts at 11:45, and Sean McBride will be back with us at home next Saturday at Darcy Stadium. Final here today in Ann Arbor, Michigan, 44-6. Cougars with a big 34-point effort in the second half. They win it by a final count of 44-6. Special thanks to our studio producer. His name was Robert Scorat. My name's Joe Parson. Until next Saturday, back home in Fort Wayne. So long, everybody. Thanks so very much for listening.